first kickoff of the game. Proper this time. Goes off into the corner, up into the air. First corpse is already on the pitch.
Oh.
Second corpse immediately follows. Double demolition from Taroko, but Mektos can't get to the ball in time to put it away. And now Demon versus Taroko. Will he be able to outplay him? Mektos comes in as support from the sidelines. Good rebound off of the corner. Now it's Taroko versus Demon, but on the other side of the pitch, and Demon coming in from the side and saving that off to the corner. And another demolition. How in the world is this game starting? Both teams are just going for each other's jugulars.
I mean, you might as well. With all the demos coming out. Demonator up for it, though. Taroko, a big miss. Taroko thought he was going to go a lot higher, and Demon actually backed off with a boost to put it in.
Yep, very, very well played by Demon. Pops the ball up. He knows that Taroko expects him to put extra height, extra distance on that ball, so all he does is wait for the ball to leisurely float itself into the net. Great mind games from Demon, and it gets CRL Elite's first blood in the semifinal. Demon wants second blood here as well. What a shot. No chance at saving that.
Yeah, Demonator right here, just right off kickoff, reads it perfectly. Ferran able to clear that ball away from Taroko. Taroko usually quite the kickoff god, but not this time. And there you go, a 2-goal lead. Now it's still super early. This is 2, so obviously any score can be negated fairly quickly as Demonator goes for another one, but Mektos reads it perfectly.
Yeah, I wanted to make his hat trick perfect after 45 seconds of gameplay. Now he gets blown up, and Mektos won't be able to put this one away as Ferran has this angle covered. Mektos trying to win control of the ball in the corner. Demon ultimately ends up picking it up. Plays with it on the ramp, waiting for Taroko to jump into nothing, but ultimately gets the 50, and Mektos coming in from behind to push forward now. Taroko, in the meanwhile, waiting in the midfield, and Mektos will draw both players from CRL Elites into the same corner, opening up the door for Taroko.
Demonator actually went up the wall here, and I think that was a good idea. They're trying to play as aggressive as possible, even this early in the game with that lead. Ferran just kind of a miss there, didn't quite have the read on it, and I think there was a bit of a confidence issue there. Maybe some nerves working themselves in, but Demonator, a big miss there. And then Ferran was just not where he needed to be at the same time. So Demon is the one flying about, though, and it seems like Ferran just trying to get a little bit more comfortable as Mektos takes a shot from the corner.
What a great shot from Mektos. I'm pretty sure nobody from CRL Elites was expecting that one. Bounces it off of the backboard, and then look at the angle on that. Once again drew out the defenders, and that opened up the way for him to score the equalizer. We are tied at Deuces Wild, and we haven't even played a minute and a half.
Come on, college kids. You gonna let these teenagers score on you like that?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I guess they are.
They are. Certainly looks like a Taroko winning this kickoff. Demon trying to run after the ball, but Mektos, all he has to do is get one solid cut to the left, and that means Demon will have to chase after the ball.
Easy. But you almost, well, I mean, anything Mektos does, he makes it look easy. But definitely kept the ball under control. That's exactly what he needed to do in that situation to take the lead here. But again, still fairly early in the game. Demonator up for this, though.
Oh, Demonator is going to try again, but Taroko this time, you could see the patience as he went up for the aerial. Going to make sure to truly and properly react to what Demon does instead of just assuming. Taroko with a forward pass. Ferran got this one covered off of the backboard. Mektos flying after it, but Demon had positioned himself a little more smartly for that. And that is now looking for the dribble. Ferran ready as a passing station in the midfield. They try to go for the pinch. It's not quite as accurate as they had hoped it to be. And Taroko jumping off of the backboard here. Giving the ball to Demon. Pass to Ferran. Can't quite put it on target. Beautiful sequence, though, from CRL Elites. They are actively looking for those infield passes. And yet again, we see Mektos try to cut that crazy angle short, but not this time.
Yeah, Taroko off the wall right there was a little bit awkward. Mektos from the corner again. Demon with a good read. It's fast and furious action between these two teams. And we kind of expected that. The CRL guys can play super fast, but off the post is Taroko. That's not going to be enough.
That was such a beautiful fake from Taroko, but he puts the ball against the post. He should have rewarded himself for that. And now Demon with the cross-field aerial dribble, forcing Taroko to go up. Mektos has to tag out for him inside the net. Pushes it off into the corner. Ferran is ready. Pinpoint accurate pass to Demon. Puts it onto the woodwork, though. Taroko recovering just in time to come flying out of the net and clear that ball to the midfield. I'm really loving what I'm seeing here from CRL Elites. Their team play is impeccable.
Oh, here we go.
It's just a little bit of accuracy and maybe a little bit of oomph behind that final shot. But, man, those sequences are just a beauty to watch.
I kind of feel like we're watching the working class heroes go up against the specialists. It's the way that the CRL guys are playing. They may not have the exacting accuracy that Taroko and Mektos do, but they can definitely lay on the pressure, and it's not quite working for them just yet. They haven't been able to score. They're going to have to here pretty soon. Only a minute and a half left.
Well, both teams have been exchanging cross-field air dribbles. Most of them ended, or pretty much all of them ended, in the final third through defensive intervention. Minute and 15. Plot Twist are sitting on a 1-goal lead, but a 1-goal lead might as well be a none-goal lead. All that CRL Elites need is just for one of those crazy beautiful plays to actually find the net. Here comes a pop into the air from Ferran. Mektos was ready for it and jumped at just the right time. Final minute is on the clock. Ball is in the corner. Mektos and Demon are clashing for it. Demon trying for the infield, but Taroko's got that covered. Now Ferran off the sidewall. Mektos covers it, bumps Ferran out of the way. Demon wants to keep the ball in the final third, and that's really what he has to do right now. Gets the ball onto Ferran. Yet again, they hit the crossbar. It was the goalpost last time. Again, a move that they really should have converted.
They really should have, but 30 seconds left, and still the pressure is on. Ferran on the pickup.
Oh! Yet again off the crossbar. This time, Taroko was there to cover it, so they won't get a second try. 18 seconds remaining, but the pressure has been on Plot Twist for the entirety of the last minute of gameplay. 10 seconds. See Demon in a dribble. Gets it past Taroko. He needs to get that cut. He needs to get it in front of the net. Ferran is right there, right where it needs to be. They tie things up.
Called pinch right here. Demonator using the bottom of the bumper so he doesn't go flying off to the corner, and Ferran is right there. Had to correct a little bit, and it confused the defensive procedures of Plot Twist. And talk about a Plot Twist. We're tied with 4 to go.
Certainly are. Final seconds on the clock. No one will be going for that ball, breaking Rule 0 of Rocket League, but it does not matter. It is overtime in Game 1 between CRL Elites and Plot Twist. A 4-second equalizer scored by your CCA boys, as you so lovingly called them. Let's see if they'll be able to drive this one home. Taroko dribbles past one. Tries to use the corner against the second. Demon is stuck in the corner. Mektos has to score a backwards goal here. Wasn't able to do it. Would have been ridiculous. Here comes Ferran looking for the counterattack. Cleared off into the corner by Mektos. Infield by Demon, but Ferran was on his way out. He's not on a lot of boost right now. Mektos with a shot on target. Ferran saving that one. Demolition onto Demon and onto Ferran as well. Mektos and Taroko really looking for blood here on this pitch. So many demos coming out from them. But so far, actually, no goal converted straight off of a demo. Oh, Mektos, that's got to be it. He's got to have to score that one. Yep. Gets the bounce off of the ramp and wins Game 1 for Plot Twist.
This is a great one right here. Demon just trying to move it towards the net, but Mektos recovers well. Reads the touch absolutely dead on and is able to recover well to send that one towards the net. And Plot Twist refusing to twist the plot and take the win. Well done, I think, by both teams. I think CRL Elites had to kind of warm up to it once they got the 2 goals, and then they kind of petered out a little bit. Plot Twist turned up the knob to 11, and that's kind of it. I mean, CRL attempted to, get something going. They had a ton of pressure, but those shots going off of the post or off the crossbar, that just needs to be cleaned up. Those should have been in, and I really do think that CRL Elites kind of had this in the bag if they could just get that accuracy going.
If they had gone in, then they would have won Game 1 and wouldn't even have gone to overtime. Mm-hmm. So that's definitely something that needs to be ironed out in order to take down Plot Twist, but they definitely have all the tools that they need, all the cards in their hand. Now they just need to play them right. And I am a huge fan of what we've seen in terms of team play from them in Game 1. Demon patient on the kickoff, trying to win against Taroko here in the head-to-head, but ultimately Taroko gets the save and Ferran actually retreating, not going for the follow-up, as their own goal would have been vulnerable if he did. Mektos on the sidelines. Ferran and Demon moving into position. Demon's going to come out for that one. Play that off into the corner. Taroko gets the rebound. is going to leave it for Mektos for the time being. That one is intercepted high and early. Beautiful clear indeed. Now Demon is going to look to set something up here. Carries it across to the other corner, but Ferran is waiting. Bunch up in one spot, and they have to retreat and force...
Oh, fake.
Fake one from Mektos. Pass on to Taroko. Ferran, actually good positioning from him. He was too late to cut down the passing angle, so he covered the shot angle instead.
And that's one of the things that we're going to see from these college guys, especially Ferran. I mean, I'm not exactly sure, Demon and how he's doing in the whole college thing. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Demon, one
fairly
fake.
young, but Ferran has been in college for a little while, and if I remember correctly, he's some sort of programming major, something to do with a lot of math, calculating all the time. Open net.
Oh, that's it. First blood scored by CRL Elites.
Demon with a nice back touch here. Taroko wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Got an awkward bounce off the transition there. And Ferran just there and reading it. He played patiently, actually. Just waiting for his opportunity to strike, and strike he did. Takes the lead first for CRL Elites.
Took him a bit longer this time. Nice backboard coverage from Demon. Infield pass for Rain is ready. Goes off to the side wall. Mektos will have this one covered. Morocco, in the meanwhile, on his way back. So Mekto's going to play this one slow. Taroko freshly fueled up on boost. But now they're forced to defend the net, and Mektos does, despite being completely out of boost for the entirety of that play. And all of the boost is being taken away by CRL Elites right now. A liberation strike that was sorely needed by Plot Twist to gain their domain back, to win control of their own half back.
Thought they might have shot there, but Mektos kept it covered, and that was actually brilliant. Taroko wasn't quite there exactly where he needed to be to really make that play pop, so Mektos just kept control of it, made sure that the ball got into the corner. It was well done defensively by Plot Twist.
Quick thinking. Ball pushed forward. Cleared off to the side by Demon. That pass a little overshot. Mektos cannot reach that ball. Demon yet again getting blown up here. This time it is by Taroko. But demolition duties are definitely split up between both players from Plot Twist, and that might have been a mistake that cost Taroko, but fortunately for him, that shot went wide. Was a bit of the two-top angle, and now Taroko turning things around. Double tap off the backboard. Crazy angle to tie things up.
Looking kind of just moving it down the field, and that's it. Demonator was nowhere near where he needed to be to try to play that one out. I think he was trying to time it off the wall, but when it came so low, he didn't expect a shot to come through. Maybe he was going to try to take some control of the ball. You don't do that. You don't let up off the ball against either of these two.
Yes, and yet again, the story of Game 1 repeats itself. CRL taking the lead early, Plot Twist then tying things up about a minute and a half after they do take the lead. We're right on script, and now they do take the lead. Taroko makes it 2-1.
Ferran grabbing some boost. That's exactly what he needed to do here. Tries to cover it, and then he realized how fast Taroko was going. Had to back off and hesitate. It was the right call, but it was going to be a tough save either way, especially with the speed at which that shooter was going. 2-1 now for Plot Twist.
Last time this happened, we saw a 4-second equalizer for CRL Elites. Let's see if that's going to happen again. I would certainly love to see it. For the time being, Demon with a solid defensive play, just waiting for the cut a little too long. Taroko was able to cut that angle all the way to the ball and win the 50, forcing CRL Elites back into their own half. Ferran off of the ceiling, still has his flip, but early intervention coming in from Mektos, and now Taroko off of the sidewall ramp. Can't quite follow that ball up as he was low on boost. Boost canister spawned right on top of him. Demon looking to get that past Mektos, and almost got there as well. And now a long-range clearance from Taroko. That's going to get covered by Ferran. We've already seen Mektos score goals from crazy angles before, so Ferran is going to think twice before he lets that one open.
Nice little carry here. Pop. Mektos is there for the cover. Demon right back in, but it's off target. Well done. Great team plays by CRL Elites, and they luckily shut down that push because that could have turned into a 2-goal lead for Plot Twist.
Yeah, there's so much promise. Demon yet again a little wide on the shot. The opportunity that they just had was a little short on the angle.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and Furon flying past it. It's going to be Mektos versus Demon, and Mektos will just put it into the upper 90 so that Demon has no chance at getting his hands on it.
Take a little bit of a closer look here as Demon was racing back, goes for the corner boost. That's not a bad idea. He does get a touch on it, but it just wasn't enough. It was still sailing towards the net. Just couldn't quite get there in time. I kind of wonder if he would have went up the sidewall and flew at it, if it would have went a little bit better, but hard to tell even with 2020 hindsight. But it's a 2-goal lead here for Plot Twist, and they're just going to try to defend as much as they can. As Ferran towards the net. He just balled Mektos.
He balled both of them, cut to the left, and made Taroko jump into nothing. And then Mektos, right in front of the net, puts it right past him. Saw that he was covering the wall, so a long-range, long-angle shot to the far post. There was no chance that he'd get anywhere close to that ball. Quick thinking, beautifully played. He's looking for a second one here as well. Furon off of the kickoff tries to fake out Taroko, but Taroko will not let himself get played with. One
short two. Come on, let's go, guys.
Goal deficit. Demolition
demo.
onto Furon. They know he's dangerous. He was just about to start another play. Demon off of the backboard, and Mektos will have that one covered. Is going to try to set something up for Taroko in the midfield. Flame. Oh, Freeman. Can he get control of the ball? It's on its way to the net. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
What is this? Ferran just moving it towards the center. Demon happened to be right there. Gets the exact touch needed.
That's
just
insane.
enough time for the ball to poof out of existence, and we have overtime.
That is insane. A slow floater buzzer beater. That is crazy. And yet again, Sierra Elites forced the overtime in the literal last second. And now Demon, he wants to make this 1-1, but Taroko, he'll come out for the block. I'm flabbergasted. Beautiful from Furon, but Taroko has got the backboard covered, and it would have come off of the crossbar. But Plot Twist have got to be rattled after that one.
They got to be shaking their heads, but a nice lob here towards the net. Ferran's not going to miss this. 30 seconds into overtime, and Plot Twist starting to apply the pressure that they are known for. This is where they are most comfortable, when they're rotating in and out on offense. Defense, not so much. They just can't seem to get it super together. They've been holding together so far. But now
here
Mektos
comes the demo.
one-on-one.
It's Mektos with the cuts. Demon at just the right time jumps to block the shot attempt from Mektos, and now that ball's come off the side wall. Furon, long-range shot. Mektos has got that one covered, but Furon will get a second try here as well. Gets the rebound off of the corner. Demon in a good shooting position. Plays that off into the corner yet again. Furon full on boost. Demon is just waiting to give him a perfect setup, but waits a little bit too long. Taroko beats him to the ball. Now Furon pushing forward yet again is going to tag out for Demon. Makes one jump into nothing. The net. Demon comes in for the shot, but the save comes out from Taroko. That shot should have come out a lot earlier. Taroko had no chance, but they gave him time to recover. And they're going to try again. Furon gets it past one. Taroko has a shot blocked by Demon. What is this series? What are these players? Mektos is blown up. Demon is going to dribble it. But Taroko comes out, and now he has an open net, but no boost. No boost to actually put any kind of speed on the ball.
Bump comes out. Demon, you might be able to do it. Carries it up. Taroko right there. It's off the crossbar.
Crossbar, and yet again the crossbar continues to be Sierra Elites' biggest enemy, or is it themselves that are their enemies? We're 2 minutes into this overtime. Taroko off the side wall, tries to fake out Furon, tries to do it again. Demon is done watching that and just intervenes from the corner. Demon past the midfield line. Taroko is up for it, blocks their advance. Both of them on the same side of the pitch right now. Furon trying to buy some time here, allow Demon to re-rotate. And re-rotate he does. Taroko with no boost is going to clash for that corner boost here. Is going to have to retreat. Mektos realizes that Taroko is out of boost, tries to buy some time, gives up ball control to Demon. He pushes it into the corner. Pinch as the ball flies straight back into the midfield. And Furon will push it back forward. We're almost 3 minutes into this overtime. We've seen crazy scenes. Furon, he has been playing his heart out, trying his absolute best, going to his absolute limits to try and put a shot away, but neither team has managed to do that in this overtime just yet.
Oh, Furon might have a chance here. He gets the ground pinch maybe. Not going to work.
Furon gets blown up. Mektos is in a promising position here. Oh, no! Furon respawns, and off of the respawn, he scores an own goal. That is the worst luck I've ever seen.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. He respawns, just tries to get in front of it. He was turning towards the net because he had the right idea. He needed to defend, knew what he needed to do, but when that ball came right at him, he just reacted.
That's terrible. I feel so bad.
That's
brutal. So bad.
That is so brutal, but good Lord, what a close game. I think Ferran's starting to get a little bit more comfortable within himself and in this particular series, going up against two of the best players that we have seen here at the Astronauts tournaments. And it's kind of refreshing to see a new couple of names really put the screws to Plot Twist. And these guys are making them push hard and pushing every single one of their skills, their defense, their offense, everything is being pushed. And Plot Twist have got to be loving this. This has got to be a whole lot of fun for all four of these guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's a huge lot of fun for me personally, and I'm pretty sure for you too. And I hope it's a whole lot of fun for all the viewers out there, because as far as crazy 2v2 astronaut series go, this one is right up there with the best of them.
I completely agree. This is insanity.
This has been nothing short of insane. There's the flip reset, 7 seconds in. Demon scores a flip reset goal, because why the heck not?
Going for the changeup, knowing that there wasn't going to be a whole ton of boost. Mektos had to react quickly because Taroko wasn't quite there as far as trying to read the play, and it gets the flip reset, flips it right past both defenders and right in. Demonator is not happy.
Whew. 10 seconds, and we already have a goal on the side of CRL Elites, and now 15 seconds in, we have a goal on the side of Plot Twist 2.
A sheer bullet for Ferran, just trying to slow this ball down. Demon looking for some open pitch. It wasn't going to happen because Mektos had that covered. Ferran trying to flip at the ball or something along those lines. He just couldn't quite get up fast enough for the block. Needed to point the nose up just a little bit more. But again, I am no expert. That's just what I would have done as Mektos can't recover in time. Demonator gets the kickoff goal again.
Yep, that's the second kickoff goal for Demonator in this game. And that's plain and simple. Furon wins that kickoff, kills the ball on the midfield point, and Demon coming in as the second, as the trailer, to put it away into an empty net. Empty because the second was looking for boost. So, that's a 1-goal lead. How long will the response from Plot Twist take this? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a save from Demon. We almost saw another own goal from Furon here. And yet again, it was crazy circumstances that led to it almost happening. Now it's a 1v1. Furon versus Mektos. Furon making sure that Mektos won't get an opportunity at a double tap there. Tried to go high. Furon went higher. Now Furon being patient. Demon looking to bump Mektos out of the way, and that ever so slight change in his path allowed Furon to score this one.
That's exactly what happened there. Demonator realizing that a bump might be able to come about as Taroko was completely out of the play. Taroko was racing back as fast as he could, but after that offensive push, he was all the way on the other side of the pitch. Wasn't going to quite work, and now CL Elites find themselves with a 2-goal lead, and you know Plot Twist won't allow that to get any higher.
Yep, they've already caught up to a 2-goal lead in game one. Will they do it again? Yep, Mektos. You just gotta expect him to score these. They're so incredibly difficult, and car control is impeccable here. But Mektos, if anyone's gonna score them, it's Mektos.
I mean, essentially a half flip shot, except instead of completing the half flip, he ended up front flipping technically, put a little bit more mustard on the sauce, and that was just enough to send that one towards the net with nobody there. And now they're only 1 goal separated.
Pass on to Taroko. Demon out early for that one. Kills the shot dead in its tracks. Furon forcing Plot Twist back into their own half. Trying to carry this one into the net. Waiting a little bit too long. Demon puts it against the crossbar. Furon just to keep it out of reach. Allow for themselves to get enough time for the back rotation. Mektos just leisurely gets it past one. He is completely out of boost for this play. Ever since it started, still gets it towards the net. Taroko gets the demolition onto Furon. In the meanwhile, Mektos retreating to the sidelines to pick himself up some boost. He's certainly earned that one after making CRL Elites break a sweat with no boost in his tank for a solid 30 seconds or so.
30 seconds at least, but there might be a shot here.
Oh,
Mektos again
Mektos.
out of boost, and Ferran reads it well, coming off of the backboard. A fantastic play there defensively by Ferran. You can tell he's definitely feeling it now, starting to get the hang of the speed at which Plot Twist plays. As Mektos comes out of
Oh,
the
what a
corner,
touch from
right
Mektos, but Ferran just on the right spot to save it. And now Demon with a long-range shot. Hiroko with the edge of his car just barely manages to nudge the ball out of the way. And now Mektos, that one's on target off the crossbar. Follow-up from Hiroko will find the net, and we are tied at 3.
Let's check this out from Ferran's point of view. He does get right here, tries to predict where Hiroko was going to shoot, but Hiroko just right past him. It was just well played all around by both teams, but Ferran just a touch outclassed that particular moment, and really it's just because Plot Twist had the jump on him more than anything else. It was that. It's Mektos. What?
Should have scored that, didn't. But Hiroko will follow it up and take the lead right back for Plot Twist yet again, just like in Game 1.
You know, after all the fancy goals that we've seen from all 4 of these players, Mektos misses the simple one. What? That's the way it goes, though. Welcome to Rocket League.
He is in 6-shot mode right now. You cannot score simple shots in 6-shot mode. It is a law. He needs to switch back to balanced mode, and then we can see him score both. Hiroko cuts to the left, waits a little too long. Ferran with the right kind of patient play to stop the dribble, turn it around. Mektos gets the ground pinch. Even playing a mobile blockade here. Mektos yet again out of boost, as all of the boost is pretty much forced out of Plot Twist by a solid Seattle Elite's defense. Mektos popping that one up. Hiroko will wait on his own half. Now follow Mektos past the halfway line. Demon keeping the ball in the corner there. Resetting. Trying to do the slow play down Main Street, but Plot Twist have got it covered. Ferran didn't quite get the flip reset off of the ceiling. Mektos, going to be tough to close that angle. Picks up the boost, which means Demon won't get it, and he is completely out of boost here. Looking to get that ball out to Ferran, and he does, and that's exactly what he needed to do, as Plot Twist were overcommitted on that attack.
See, Demonator just left alone to his own devices, gets Plot Twist to double commit on that play. It stops the ball. Ferran comes out of net perfectly read. It's exactly what he needed to do at that point. I'm telling you, he's always calculating. That TI-86 has got to be overheating at this point.
Well, it was a perfect bait. They saw that they beat Demon to the boost. Great save from Mektos here, as Demon really wants to win this game this time. Not take it to overtime with the last second goal, but win it. We've seen last second goals from Seattle Elites in both of the games of the series so far. Scoring one this time will prevent the whole overtime shebang. They've got 30 seconds to do it. We know they love to wait until the very last seconds. There's the attempt. Hiroko blocks the angle, and now Demon fakes out Hiroko as he tries to go up for it. But Mektos has enough time to reposition himself on the goal line, and Ferran can't put this one on target. But they yet again are starving. Boost starving Plot Twist. Hiroko gets through, but he is completely out of boost. Has to run on pads and flips to get to that ball as fast as he can. 9 seconds. Fakes out Demon, but loses the ball. Ferran, he's got control of it. 4 seconds remaining. They make it go towards the net here. Mektos shot on target, and now it's a buzzer beater goal from Plot Twist, and it wins them the game.
This right here, I mean, the double commit, that should have been it. But Demon and Ferran run into each other. Demon had probably the better touch, but Ferran was trying to cover the net, and just the speed of which they were trying to get back into position absolutely caught him out on that. The bump, I mean, that's NRG levels of bump. Ouch.
I'm speechless. Like, the efforts, the insane efforts from both teams have led to 3 games in which a goal has been scored within the last 4 seconds 3 times. Yeah. And it would have been all 3 buzzer beaters, because the only one that was scored in the last literal 4 seconds was in game 1. That is, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that, to be honest.
And that's coming from you with who's been around since literally the beginning.
Yeah.
Plot twist, though, they're starting to show their tournament experience, if you will. They're not letting anything
Yeah.
shake them. They're just doing what they do. CRL Elites, not so much. I don't think. I know it's been a long time since Demonator has played this high a level, and Ferran I don't think has played at this high of a level ever. Maybe a few times here and there, but I mean we're going up against Mektos and Taroko, considered gods here.
Oh, look at the bump onto Furan, but Taroko not quite able to commit on that. Mektos trying to get the ball over to him, said, hey, I got rid of the goalie.
Here we go.
What a pass, though. What a pass onto Taroko. Overcommitment early on from CRL Elites. They got too used to scoring in the first few seconds, and Plot Twist made them run into nothing.
Yeah, and it looks like both Demon and Ferran just decided to kind of play some solo plays there. Yeah, that's not going to work against these guys. Not at all.
Yeah. 21 seconds in. This time it is Plot Twist who score early. Taroko looking for a second here as well. Furan gets the save on that. Another push forward by Mektos. Demon to deflect it into the corner where Furan is already waiting to run away with it. Cuts it into the midfield. Serves it as a T to Taroko. Long-range shot will get a second touch on this as well. Waits until the very last moment. Follow-up shot hits the crossbar again. Granted, that was a tough angle to nail. It was much easier to hit the crossbar than to hit the net from that position.
Especially with the coverage of the defense, too.
And you've gotta wonder. There's been so many crossbar hits from CRL Elites in this entire series. And literally all of them have been decided by buzzer beater goals or overtime goals. So you can't help but wonder what could have been. Off the backboard, covered by Taroko. Gives it a light little touch while he watches his corner boost getting swept away from him. Mektos light pop into the air. Demon wants to retain control of that ball. Straight pass onto Taroko. Tries to make it across the field. Can't quite put it on target, but does relieve the pressure that CRL Elites were putting on them. Demon missing the touch on the ceiling ramp. Mektos with one back flip. Fakes out one, but not Demon. He had time to prepare, but Taroko, he's the trailer, gets in and scores the 2-0.
So Ferran here just trying to bait out Mektos, jumps up for this, recovers well, realizes that Taroko was jumping for it, absolutely bulleting that one towards the net. He just couldn't get there in time. So CRL Elites, they know what's going on. They know what they have to do.
Demon.
Big fake.
Oh, the fake on the kickoff. Taroko stood in net. And let me tell you, we've seen both players from Plot Twist come away from the goal line so many times. Whoever spawned in goal just went for boost most of the time, but this time they didn't. And otherwise, that would have completely worked. Demon got that kickoff fake 100%.
And Demon actually hit the brakes and took control of the ball. He had the definite right idea and the eye for it. As Demon trying to set up here. Ferran can't get it past Mektos, but it does kind of seem like CRL Elites have run out of ideas as Taroko comes off the wall. Ferran lets it go. Wise move. Good eye.
Yep, indeed. We're in halftime. 2 goals to catch up to for CRL Elites. Furan once more trying the slow dribble play. Demon coming in from behind, and that is an open net cross-field shot. Furan playing it slow, baiting out Plot Twist. Demon coming in with a power fist.
Yeah, Mektos out of boost. He wasn't flipping towards the net. The rotation slowed down there for Plot Twist. And CRL Elites see an open net and shoot at open net. This time they make it, though. The crossbar doesn't reach out to the ground.
Mektos off the kickoff. Beautiful, just beautiful. Straight from the textbook.
Straight up, I mean, Mektos flipping, grabs all the boost that he can, sees where the ball's going, executes well, probably used about, 20 boost, and that's it. That's all he needed. Right in, they take the 2-goal lead again.
Yeah, it's nothing that'll make your jaw drop, but it's just beautiful and clean. And that's what we love to see. And yet again, it's a 2-goal lead. Taroko takes the ball off Furan. We've seen him go for dribble so many times. And more often than not, he actually caught out Plot Twist. Caught them by surprise, but Plot Twist have started to adjust. And that's what you meant, or what I think you meant, when you talked about the tournament experience from Plot Twist coming in, because they are able to adapt, they are able to adjust to their opponent's play. And it's just become more and more visible here as the series went on. Taroko just waiting until the very last moment to go for that cut. It's a light cut, but Furon played it patiently. Mektos, he tried to reverse into that ball, but he still had a bit of forward momentum to get rid of there. As it stands, it's just about 80 seconds left on the clock. And still a 2-goal deficit from the view of CRL Elites.
Oh my god, what a recovery by Demonator, though. He was being hassled on his own back wall. Luckily, he got the wheels back onto the back wall and was able to flip at that ball. There was nothing else that he could do because there was a lurking plot twister trying to extend the lead, and with a minute left, every goal counts at this point.
And Taroko's 50-50 kills the ball, but neither Furon nor Mektos were there in time to make use of it. Oh, and that's a missed touch by Mektos in the corner. Without consequences, Demon and Taroko both flying past that ball. That's valuable seconds off of what is essentially CRL Elites' clock right now. Ball's in the corner, Mektos back pass onto Taroko, tries to get an angled shot off. But all he really is trying to do is force CRL Elites onto their back foot. Demon trying to fake Mektos, trying to go for the bump here, but he won't be able to do that. Now Taroko with another air dribble, the slowest kind of attack, just to burn those seconds off. And a touch from Mektos, a cheeky touch, makes it 4-1 and probably makes it 4-0 in the series.
Yeah, Ferran was expecting to have to defend the backboard, and when Mektos cut across, it just bumped Ferran out of the way. There was just nowhere else that he could go at all. Actually beautifully played, and a heads-up play there by Mektos to put that one in. Now a 3-goal lead. I'm going to have to call Dagger on that.
Yep. It is such a shame for CRL Elites, who have put a crazy, the match of their lives on the pitch here tonight. And looking at it, it is a 4-0 sweep, and Plot Twist will be the ones to move on to the grand final. But regardless of who moves on, 4-0. That is so incredibly unfair, man. That is. It's not the series that we've just watched is not what you expect when you read 4-0 on a place like Liquipedia.
Yeah.
Because, man, oh man, they came so close. Again, 3 out of those 4 games, buzzer beaters, overtime goals.
Yeah, exactly. And, I think this goes to show you that the CRL guys, and not just these two, the rest of them, everybody that was in that CRL finals, they're very serious. They want to take Rocket League seriously. They take their practice very seriously. They take all their mechanics extremely seriously. And, twos, yeah, the team plays are cool and all, but you do have to have the mechanics to back it up. And I think this particular team is a great indication of the actual college player who is very good at Rocket League. I think they're great examples. They went up against literal astronauts.
Yeah.
So it was going to be a tough task. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a tough task. But I think Ferran took a little bit too long in getting comfortable. Demonator was already ready to go, and he just came out screaming, as he always does whenever we see him on our screens. And Ferran had to take a minute to kind of catch up. And honestly, that's fair. You're playing up against some of the best that we have here in the Astro tournaments. And I think they played beautifully. They had awesome plays, decent team chemistry. There were times when it kind of dwindled down, and Mektos and Taroko are able to because they play together all the time. Obviously, they kind of just out powerhoused him.
Yep, certainly did.
But great experience, fantastic experience.
Yes.
Though.
Oh yes.
God.
Oh yes. I was about to say, regardless of the result, you cannot ask for any better promotion for collegiate Rocket League esports. So. Yes, this is just a taste. If you haven't been watching the CRL yet so far, make sure to give it a watch next season, because the quality of play is surprisingly high there. Despite the fact that many of these players are committed to their studies, have barely any time to really train at the level that most of the RLCS players do, who basically do nothing but train all day long, especially when it comes to high-profile tournaments.
Yeah.
The level of play that these guys can reach, and they've shown this in this very series, is quite surprising. I think you will very much enjoy it if you aren't a CRL viewer already. But this has only been the first semifinal. It's going to be Plot Twist, who are in the grand final, to make sure to defend their title and at the same time get their 3rd straight gold medal in a row. Will they be able to do that? That remains to be seen. Their challengers are going to be one of Linked Up or William Benson. Linked Up consisting of Sosa and Skills, and William Benson, interesting team name there, consisting out of Hado and Atomic. That is going to be coming up after the break, so do not go anywhere. The Astronauts Rocket League 2v2 tournament will return after the short break. Welcome back, everybody, to the Astronauts Rocket League 2v2 tournament powered by Team Beyond and Astro Gaming. My name's The Patch. Joining me is still Ninja Rider. We are just coming out of one of the craziest 2v2 series I have ever seen. Unfortunately, it ended up 4-0, but that is just the injustice of the century. Like, if you see that result on Wikipedia, go back and watch the VOD if you've only just joined us, because, man, that is a series worth watching. But that's in the past. Plot Twists have once again proven that they have a regular spot in the grand final, and they are here to claim it, and they have claimed it, as many expected it to be. So no Plot Twist there. The second semifinal will be contested between Linked Up and William Benson. William Benson being a team name and not a person. It is a bit of a strange team name.
Yeah, strange team name indeed, for sure. Linked Up, composed of Sosa and Skills, the two S's with a Z. I like it. That should be a fantastic team, actually. We've seen both of those players play here before on a variety of teams. It's been a little while since I've seen Sosa play, now that I think about it, but Skills has been around for a bit. And then, of course, William Benson, made up of Hato and Atomic. That right there is a squad.
That is a squad, especially as it comes to 2v2 gameplay, because we've seen both Hato and Atomic pop up in our Astronauts 2v2 and really in 2v2 tournaments all across the scene. The biggest ones, too. And now they're playing together. Carnage will be had. Carnage will be had.
My demo senses are tingling again, mostly because of Sosa and Skills, and Atomic is known for his demo skills as well, but Hato more known for his technical prowess as far as the four players on this pitch. But I think that we're gonna see some team plays from Linked Up. I mean, let's see them live up to their name. William Benson, the question is, can they build a team play? Kappa, inside joke for us.
Okay.
Just Google it.
Well, we'll certainly see. What's your prediction? I have a feeling I know what your prediction is, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
That's I kind of have to go with William Benson on this one. A close.
That's what I expected. That's what I expected. Yeah, I have to agree with you here. Atomic and Hato are they can bring Atomic hates to the field. And I think they are gonna do exactly that. Even though I have no idea what William Benson is a reference to, I am guessing it is not a reference to the 16th century in English Benedictine. I guess we will never find out. As it stands, the first game of a second best of 7 tonight, the second semifinal. Who will face Plot Twist in the grand final to play for the lion's share of that $1,000 prize pool? Atomic draws first blood for William Benson.
Right here, Hato just stopping the play, and Atomic, realizing what was happening, actually slows the play down. Skills trying to shadow this. It was just too close. He could not react to that. And the way that it bounced off the wall, it was going to be tough to predict. And there you go. Just over 20 seconds, we see a goal already from William Benson.
See if they can stack another one on top of that. They are certainly looking for it off of the backboard. Atomic, ooh, crossbar hit, and now Skills has a chance to run away with it, and run away with it he will. No one can actually catch up to him, and that's the equalizer.
Yeah, a straight double commit on this. It was a tactical double commit. They were trying to put a play together, but I think it's just too early in the game for antics like that. You might as well try to play as smart as you can. And, of course, Skills right there. Great goalie work. Now Hato has a chance. Skills slows it down, though.
Off of the corner, Atomic is on the ball. Infield to no one except for Sosa, and I'm pretty sure that was not his intended target. The demo was very well timed from Links up here, but Hato has respawned, and he's going to take control of the ball in his own half. Not before he can pick up this corner boost, though, and then make Sosa jump into thin air. Now he has Skills in front of him. Tries to use the side wall. Has a little bit of help. Skills putting extra distance on it. Atomic trying to follow it up. But ultimately, Sosa will be able to push it deep into the William Benson final third. A through pass attempt from Atomic, but Hato not quite following step. Atomic gets a good touch off of the sidewall rebound, but Sosa will get a good first touch on that ball. Nice ball control. Flips it past Hato. Not past Atomic, though. He see your teammate get played out, best thing to do is to stay patient. Pass on to Hado off of the backboard. Atomic has a bit of distance to cover to get to that ball, so Skills will make it a 50. And now Sosa versus Hado. Long post attempt from Sosa, but Hado has got the angle covered. Very good positioning from him.
Yeah, Hado just predicting where that was going, stayed patient, waited for the ball to come to him, and then flip at the ball, get that one towards the corner. So we got less than 3 minutes left here in game one. It's been pretty even. Sosa looking for the double.
Oh, he did not expect that. Bounce off of the ceiling ramp there, kind of striking a big cross through his plans. Nearing halftime, it's still snake eyes on the scoreboard. It's Hado trying to get a rebound off of the sidewall ramp there. Atomic pushes it forward. Yet again, Hado waiting in front of the net has just bumped the goalie into the net, but the shot did not follow quickly enough from Atomic, so he is forced to retreat. In the corner yet again, a pinch, and that's going to be a crossfield pinch right there. Sosa scores it, takes Linked Up to the lead.
Hang on a second. So Sosa just waiting for some boost right here. Manages to get a decent pinch, and that right there is just dominus things for Hado. That happens from time to time if you're not prepared for something like that. And Sosa was right there. I don't know if he fully expected to get a goal off of that, but a definite clear was intended. Yeah, well, I guess they'll take those.
Atomic's just trying to crash through the castle gates there with little success. Ball comes off the ceiling. He's going to have to prevent Skills from getting that second touch, and he does. Yet again, patient play, a cross-field attempt, but Sosa able to wrap around the ball in time by burning all of his boost. Beautiful infield pass onto Atomic. Comes off of the crossbar, though, and Atomic does get blown up in response to it. So they won't get a second try on that. Hado was forced to make a beeline back home to defend against the potential counter that would surely come in from Linked Up. Atomic still has his flip, but really doesn't make... I mean, there's much that he could have done there, but ultimately, it's an easy save for Sosa.
Yeah, I mean, Sosa just timed it well and made sure he had some room to react in. And that's exactly what you need to do with ceiling shots like that. You don't necessarily have to push the envelope. Just make sure that you're where you need to be to make the stop. And Sosa gets a great stop going near post.
Certainly does. William Benson are putting up the pressure here, and they are certainly ramping it up here as well. Skills winning 150, not the second, though. Doesn't even turn into a 50. Hado just gets a straight-up block on the midfield line. Wins the 50 in the air, though. That's not quite on target. Oh, my goodness.
Hado racing.
Almost using his flip perfectly.
Oh, they're doubled.
To direct that ball towards the net, and now they are double, but maybe they can still get there. No, they cannot. Skills played it perfectly, just went for the pass onto Sosa instead of trying to pull anything fancy himself.
Yeah, and you might as well go with what you're familiar with. Sosa obviously communicating. He's coming up the middle, and he had both players from William Benson behind him. They might as well just make the call. Just make the pass, make it easy to read, and he's right there. It's a 2-goal lead here for Linked Up.
It's only 30 seconds left on the clock, so that might be our end result for game one, unless we see another flurry of late goals here. Sosa with a chance to turn it into a 4-1 there, but it comes off the post. Time is running short for William Benson right now. At the midfield line, Atomic into the corner. Rebound is blocked by Skills. Infield pass, Atomic wraps around, passes it back to Hado. Hado, a little early on the flip there. And so that play dies, and so does game one, at least from the view of William Benson. Linked Up, though, they take it 3-1.
Not a bad game all around, though. I mean, it's fairly evenly spread out as far as skill goes or anything like that. You know, some decent plays coming out, just that, you know, William Benson just couldn't quite put it together, and those double commits really hurt him bad. Linked Up did get a couple of, I want to say, semi-lucky goals, but, you know, good challenges by both of the Linked Up players led to some great goals. And, you know, they take them when they can get them, and William Benson was kind of just letting them go. They were letting those double commits happen. They were playing loose, and they kind of got bit for it.
Yep. I think we're gonna need to see William Benson pay homage to the 16th century Flemish Renaissance painter, William Benson, in that they need a lot more creativity in their game and in their play. Let's see if they can make it happen. As game 2 is underway, they heavily outshot Linked Up in game number 1. I think it was like 14 shots to around 9. I don't have the exact numbers
something
in my mind right now. They just need more quality from those shots.
Quality shot.
Ooh, good save from
Sosa. Or Sosa into the save, but still pressure from William Benson. And they're really good at building the pressure, but then it seems like they get a little bit too antsy, tries to get a shot off, and then the double commit happens. This time, though, they're keeping their distance in the first minute or so. Hato.
Great 50 there from Hato.
This is actually well played here. Hato using the dominance to its full effect, puts a ton of speed on the ball, sending it forward. Sosa had to react quickly, and the momentum carried him through the flip.
Certainly did, and William Benson are in the lead here, 1-2-0. Got a good game plan, long-range shots. Sosa will yet again get another save, but just like in game 1, they are setting up the sieges, going right after their namesake, William Benson, the 20th century American admiral, who their team might be named after.
And apparently
Hato with another
our
push
producer
forward.
believes that William Benson has actually come back to life.
And is a Rocket League player
he's
now?
actually a Rocket League player, yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that is the case. But as it stands, a 1-goal lead. I don't think they should be resting on their laurels right now. Oh my goodness! Just as I say that, Sosa almost with a chance to tie things up here, but it's a Bardowski. Unfortunately, the down part was not inside the net, but outside.
Crucial demo there, Skills forcing Atomic to head back, and that's going to allow Sosa to attempt to at least to get some momentum going the other way. Unfortunately, Hato does get in the way, and that's kind of been the name of the game for William Benson. Shot!
Ooh, slightly wide on the angle. Another dangerous situation for William Benson. At this rate, it's only going to be a matter of time until a shot finds its way into the net. Sosa, aerial dribble. Hato with an important touch to throw him off of his game there. Skills wraps around the ball, gets it off of the backboard. Hato comes out of the net here, can't quite get a solid touch on the ball. Atomic's going to have to come in and help out, but now the siege is all on the side of Linked Up here, as William Benson are finding themselves under consistent pressure.
That
Another
needed to
shot
go in.
that's slightly wide, and accuracy problems are starting to show here for Linked Up, because they've got a couple of shots in there that really should have been scored. Sosa bumping Hato out of the way, making sure he can't get a part of that play, and forcing Atomic to rotate straight back home.
Well, they're linked up as a team. They're definitely not linked up with that opponent's net, that's for sure. They got to get that accuracy up, though. Sosa towards the net again. It's off the cross, or off the post, I should say. That was pretty much an impossible angle, though.
Yeah, certainly was. It's yet another post hit.
Oh, big dunk.
Skills with an important win in the midfield there. Can he get the infield pass off in time? Doesn't even need it. He just blocks the clear attempt straight into the net dead center of the goal.
Skills gets the dunk on Hato. Hato recovers again. Right there, just dominant things again, and get LeBron'd Halo.
What a goal to tie things up. Minute and 49 left on the clock here. And it remains a tense match. Game 1 was already tense.
Hato's not. I think Hato's a little bit miffed.
Perhaps.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Isn't coming in from the corner there. Beautiful redirection on that ball. But Sosa yet again with the save. Skills is taken out of the play. Hato might have an open net to score on here, but he cannot quite cut the angle. Not from the position that he was in. It was pretty much impossible. So unlucky there. Both Hato and Atomic bunched up on one spot. You generally don't really want to see that unless you're setting up for a pinch, but that's not really what they did in that given situation. The final minute is upon us. Right now.
Seriously.
Yes, you could, Tons. You could cut the tension with a knife here, Atomic. He gets a double dip.
right here. Skills just trying to take a little bit of control in this, but Atomic just attacks out of nowhere. And boom, right into the net. Positions himself well and is able to react in time to slow him. Actually, he had to slow down to make that angle happen. Points the boost at the net. Make sure that ball goes in. Sosa gets a beautiful save.
Beautiful stuff indeed. And here comes Skills, actually bumping both Hato and Atomic out of the way just after they made their shot, allowing Sosa to focus fully on making a save, as they were not going to recover in time to actually get a second try on that. So well played by him. William Benson, 1 goal lead, 30 seconds remaining. Skills pops that one up, goes for the dribble play. Atomic popping that up into the air before it can cross the net. All that William Benson needs to do right now, or need to do right now, is waste time. Another shot that goes wide from Linked Up, and at this point, you really have to worry about that, because at this point, so many shots that should have been scored went wide, went short, hit the post, hit the crossbar. It's the same problem that the CRL Elites had in Series 1. And you saw what happened to them. William Benson tie up the series in Game 2.
I mean, close game all around. You mentioned it, or actually, I think you said it best. You cut the tension with a knife. These guys were going back and forth the whole game. They seemed to be at a stalemate there for a little while with the score stuck with a big old snake eyes. But William Benson finding their way through. I mean, Atomic had some great reaction to make that final goal, and then they just kind of killed time. I think they felt like they were fairly evenly matched with Linked Up, and so they could just defend their net and try to keep the ball away from their box, if you will. I was expecting a lot more offense really to come from Linked Up, but they were not willing to double commit at all. They were not getting any team plays going, and anytime they did, William Benson just shut it down completely.
Certainly did. And with a Game 2 win, William Benson keeps themselves above water, much like the New Zealand swimmer William Benson, born 1987. And now they just need to swim all the way to the finish line, but it's still a fair bit away. We're only in Game 3, and it's a best of 7. So let's see what they have in stock for us here.
Is that a freestyle or a breaststroke?
I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit of both. We're going for the deep dive here. Sosa. Oof. Save coming out from Atomic. Skills off of the backboard. Atomic doesn't do a good job at actually clearing the ball away. Sosa will have another opportunity to play it off into the corner. Long range clear from Hato off the side wall. Sosa pops it up. Atomic on the midfield line, trying to kill the ball, trying to set something up for Hato here, or buy some time for Hato to go get boost, which is exactly what he did. Now he burns it all on his way out of his own half. Doesn't even get the touch on the ball he was looking for. And Sosa will just make the ball cross the sides. Hato beats Skills to the ball. Doesn't go for the shot on target, as Skills had that angle covered. And Sosa back out to the midfield line. Atomic has his flip off of the ceiling, uses it to get extra distance on the ball. Crossbar hit as the ball sailed briskly underneath Skills. A few inches and that would have been in.
That's probably the closest shot that we have seen all game for sure. And we're seeing some technical play coming out from Linked Up. A lot of backboard defense. Tactical whiffs galore from both squads, apparently. But, William Benson have been kind of keeping it simple. They're setting up passes, but the communication between them really just doesn't quite seem to be there at this point. William Benson not nearly as Linked Up for sure, but they're holding their own in a singular fashion. They're finally starting to potentially get a pass play going, but it seems like every time they do, the pass is way wild.
Floating that one off of the crossbar, giving up ball control to Sosa. Tries to get the flip reset on the ball. Completely ran out of boost. So he would have needed that to put any more distance on that ball. Get any kind of extra outside force towards his destination. Atomic is playing with fire here. Saw that Sosa was on his way there. Pretty much set him up for a pinch. It was very predictable on his way down. And Sosa, oh, good save from Atomic. Skills follow-up
Oh,
shot,
man.
and that also gets saved. And Skill's going to try a third time as well with the backflip, but the backflip, of course, but Hato is the one to save it this time. 3 quick saves in
here we go.
succession for William Benson. Yet again, Sosa, this time he gets past Hato and puts it away.
William Benson get a little bit grouped up here. Atomic, that's just a rough way to land. Hato finds himself in a little bit of a no man's land, trying to guard the net. He's too close to Sosa. Sosa, a nice little pop-up towards the post. He actually goes above Hato. I don't know if I agree with that play, but Skills right off a kickoff. Hato can't recover in time. It looked like Hato expected his teammate to win that kickoff as he went careening towards the midfield.
2-0, and Skills has an open net to score on. Those are the best nets to score on. They're also the nets that probably put you under the most pressure, but he handled it quite nicely this time around. So, linked up with a 2-goal lead. And only 2 minutes, well, I'd say only. 2 minutes is plenty of time for William Benson to come back into this one. They need to start their expedition soon. Oh, Hato trying to get a second touch off of that. Atomic gets another bounce off of the backboard. Sosa with a long-range clear this time around. And Atomic and Hato have to rotate back to their own half. Atomic trying to launch a dribble play here. Gets the block onto Sosa. Ball flies off to the sidelines. Hato following it up.
Oh, aggressive play.
Ball from Hato. Skills gets a straight shot on target off of that one, forcing Atomic to rotate back, pretty much dropping all of the momentum that they had built up with his attack. And time is on linked up side right now.
And they seem to be content with just tossing it into the corner, not forcing anything to happen except for that. Atomic barely getting the roof on it to send it away. And the crossbar helping again. They got to convert something here because, well, there's only a minute left.
Yep. There is that is not a lot of time. It gets even less the longer this goes on. That is a function of time. Demolition onto Atomic. Sosa will get this off the backboard, covered by Atomic, who has just freshly respawned. Sosa wrapping around the ball. Atomic and Hato were both past it. Skills couldn't get there in time to actually make use of their mispositioning, but with all the pressure that linked up are putting on William Benson right now, they're forcing themselves to dig. They're forcing them to dig themselves out of this trench. Oh my goodness! Another save coming out from Hato. Pass on to Atomic. Shot on target. Saved by Skills. They're going to try a follow-up, but Atomic gets it straight back onto Hato. Such a great idea there. But it did not find any fruition. Final seconds ticking down the clock, and this is looking like Linked Up will take their lead in this series back in Game 3. It's been a blow-for-blow punch-out so far. Will we see a buzzer beater here? Yes, we will. William Benson did not really make any attempt to save it because buzzer beaters are just awesome.
I mean, Skills, that was a pretty nice carry. Got a nice little flip here. Sosa reading it well to send that one towards the net. It was actually a great team play. Didn't see too much of that this particular game, really from both sides. Linked Up, they seem to have kind of went into conservative mode here in Game 3, and William Benson kind of looked like they just let Linked Up dictate the pace of the game. Benson did have a couple of chances there to, put a score on the board, but they just couldn't quite get the accuracy going. They were kind of flailing at the ball. There wasn't anything really planned out, whereas Linked Up had an idea in their heads and they went for it at a speed that they're comfortable with. William Benson looking a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe the crowds here at DFH will help them get back into it.
Maybe it will. Conservative mode, you say, just like 19th century Canadian entrepreneur and politician William Thomas Benson, perhaps, who was part of the Conservative Party. It will remain a mystery. I really want to know what they're named after. I really want to know, and I'm going to keep throwing out theories until they tell me. So, there we go. 10 seconds in, an attack coming out from Linked Up. But Hato has that one covered. Atomic gets blown up. Hato, in the meanwhile, using an opportunity to try and fire a shot towards net. It is short and was covered anyway. Good long-range clear. Atomic has respawned and decided to stay back for just an occasion. Such as that. 30 seconds have passed. No goal scored yet. Atomic trying to set something up all by himself. Hato was nowhere near that play. Couldn't have held. Demolition! And Hato gets the shot off and puts it into the net. 1-0.
It's a good read by Hato. Just realizing that he had an opportunity here, just goes for it. Skills a little late on the uptake. And he actually would have missed that ball anyways. But with Atomic there, gets a demo instead of the ball, but the ball goes into his own net. So there's a bit of a trade-off. You can add to the demo count or score. I'll take score.
Oh, Hato and Skills
rule
are
number
locked. Oh, I don't know who broke that. I think it was Hato.
I think it was Hato.
Yeah. Shame on you, Hato.
Shame.
This should have turned into a 1v1 right then and there.
How dare they? Of course, I mean with, you know, $1,000 on the line.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't blame them. Minute has passed. And it's a 1-goal lead for William Benson.
It's clear.
Can't imagine they'll be happy with that. Atomic off of the backboard. Ooh. Good positioning for him to stop that shot from Skills. Dead in its tracks. Sosa, infield pass, tries to get the bump onto Hato. Narrowly misses him. Atomic picks up on the ball, pops it up into the air, flips around it once, waits a little too long. Sosa comes out from the goal line. Rebound from Hato.
Skills just barely got a piece of that. And that was some patient play by Skills to make that happen. Now Sosa off of the sidewall. It's not going to be enough. But we're seeing a lot of high flying plays from both sides. And I think they're just trying to burn the boost of the other team. But now it's Sosa versus Hato.
Oh, they get another touch off of the backboard after the first one. And that just linked up enough time to position themselves on the backboard and prevent a follow-up from coming out. Still, 1-goal lead has been carried through 2 minutes of gameplay now. As William Benson doing a good job defending their own net. A little bit of help from inaccuracy from linked up as well, but just as I say that, the tie gets made. The lead gets broken.
Skills, just a little bit of boost, and it's enough to just send that one far side. Atomic was racing forward. He had a feeling, at least it looked like he had a feeling that that ball was going to go long. And go long it did. He just couldn't get there fast enough. Now Sosa has another chance.
Skills in the corner, trying to get a pinch off. 1v1 against Hato, but Skills completely out of boost here. We'll pick up the corner boost, and Hato actually quite low himself. Still, clear does come out. Sosa gets past Atomic. We're seeing a lot of commitment on some of these attempts from William Benson. Good attempt from Atomic. The ball hits just above the crossbar. Bounces off the ramp and is now in the midfield where Sosa picks it up. Sosa with a dribble, takes too long. Atomic comes in from the corner, takes the ball off of him. This game has slowed down, and we're seeing a little bit of sloppiness coming out from both teams here, actually, as they are overestimating how much time they have, as they are not quite getting the cleanest of touches, and this is happening on both sides right now. This is going to be, yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. That should have been scored. That was an open net. Sosa, midfield, leaves the ball for Skills. Bounces off of the backboard here. Skills with a flick up into the air. Atomic beating Sosa to the ball there. But it's a slow floater, and Atomic is completely out of boost, so Skills will gladly take this ball and run with it. Straight back to the orange half. Tries to get a pinch off of the side wall, doesn't quite get it. And Atomic takes control of the ball on the backboard. Carries it straight to Skills, who was waiting in the midfield line. And it's kind of like both teams are finding themselves without a solid game plan, because I really haven't seen many coordinated moves from them in the past few minutes.
I was going to say that, and I also noticed that it's become a game of mistakes. Rocket League at one point was basically just that. Who can make the first mistake and who can capitalize on said mistake? At this point, though, nobody's really making huge mistakes or anything.
Oh, look at Atomic.
Take something flashy like that.
I expected him to take his flip, but instead he just drops on the ground, gives it a cheeky little touch, and it rolls across the goal line. That's the kind of creativity that we need.
Completely agree. I mean, Sosa realized that the save was not going to come out a little bit too late. Didn't get quite behind the ball, and it still sends it towards the net. Now Skills looking to tie it up. Hato shuts it down.
Hato cuts it right. Sosa flies in from the side. Sidewall, Atomic gets a touch on the ball. Skills saves it off into the corner. And now the pressure is on Linked Up. They need to score within the next 30 seconds. Sosa pushes it forward and actually gets past the defender. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
All right, so Hato was thinking about going for boost. Atomic just trying to apply pressure and force Sosa to make a mistake. But Hato actually missed the boost, and we had to try to do something with it. And that something just wasn't quite enough. And now we're tied with less than 30 seconds. Linked Up, William Benson duking it out.
We see our first overtime in Game 3 to decide who takes the lead. Hato, ball rolls down the ramp or rolls up the ramp and flies straight back into the outfield. 5 seconds remaining, and the push is on the side of William Benson right now, but this is going to be an easy save for Skills. Rolls up the corner wall, but ultimately it's going to touch the ground. We are into overtime, tied at 2. First goal wins and takes the lead in the series. Breaks the tie. Long-range shot off of the backboard. Doesn't rebound in an advantageous way for William Benson, so that's luck on Linked Up. The shot from Atomic is saved by Sosa. As the ball flies off into the corner, William Benson looking to keep up the pressure. And look at Hato.
That was cool.
Hitting the ball past Skills. It's Sosa coming in from the back, winning control of the ball, making sure that William Benson won't get away that easily with this overtime.
Lots of pressure coming out from William Benson, though.
Yeah, it still is.
Oh, man.
That's a beautiful block by Skills. And I think he'll be able to get another touch on this. Off the crossbar! But Sosa, thank the Lord for Sosa if you're Linked Up, because he followed that play up. He went all in on that one. Had he missed that somehow, or had he not gotten to that in time, then that would have been the win for William Benson. But honestly, Skills should have scored that on the first go.
Well, you know, I mean, he was in the air. He didn't quite have control of the ball like he wanted to. But that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to trust in your teammate that he knows what's going on, or communicate to them that you're missing, or it's going to be a pass or whatever. So Linked Up, this is what I meant by them being linked up as a team. They're talking to each other. William Benson is almost playing tentative. They're going to have to just let loose here in the next game because their backs are against the wall. They may not make it into the finals.
Well, there's still a safety net below both teams. Much larger one below Linked Up, obviously. William Benson can drop another game. It's just that they will find themselves with their backs against the walls if that does happen. They do have the opportunity with not too much pressure to tie the series right back up in Game 4, though. And that is a bit of a curse, but also a bit of a blessing of the best of 7, because yes, it's going to take a whole while if you do go the distance, but it also means that if you flub a game or two, you have time to recover. And that's a beautiful long-range shot from Hato to take the lead 1-0.
And this is exactly what William Benson needed to do. Sosa got way out of shape. Skills went for a shot at the same time, and Hato, just the long clearance from the midfield. Atomic was there just in case. That's exactly where he needed to be. Yeah, it was a double commit, and usually you don't want to do that, but in that particular situation, you got to make sure that thing goes in. Atomic pickup.
Oof. Skills flying off of the backboard here. Cross map off of the ceiling. Sosa going to try to follow that one up. Hato is waiting on the crossbar. Atomic trying to sneak the ball through the sidelines. Hato in the corner. Skills. Sosa back into the outfield. Skills to the midfield. No one is actually there. But Atomic still lets the ball go, and what was that from Atomic there? Hato has to come in
and Atomic is
do
back.
A hero deed, but Atomic just takes position on the other half of the pitch and scores the clear.
How does Hato have that kind of control over a pinch off the post? Atomic read the play from a long ways out and found himself in a great spot, and they take advantage of it. The 2-goal lead going to William Benson here in the early stages.
Man, oh man. They turned what could have been a dangerous situation into a perfect counter. Very well played from William Benson here. Sosa trying to get the pinch off of the side wall there. Atomic taking his sweet time, baiting in skills. He's out of boost, took a little too long. Skills had enough time to take aim and fire. And Sosa just gets past Hato there, but all he can do is put it against the goalpost. No boost to correct his trajectory towards those final few yards towards the net. But valiant attempt indeed.
See some decent defense from Linked Up now that they're able to recover fairly well. They got to get some offense going. That's off the crossbar from Hato. And we're starting to see William Benson just open up. They have nothing else to lose at this point. It's 3-1 in favor of Linked Up. So they need to win this, and they know it. Linked Up have not been able to put anything together. William Benson is just so aggressive and so quick to the ball that, I mean, Linked Up haven't been able to do anything. Now Sosa towards the net. Hato times it perfectly.
Beautiful save by Hato. Something that we've been lacking from William Benson throughout the series is the ability to turn solid clear straight into counters. Another goalpost hit from Hato, and now Skills is going to try to run away with this and has no boost, and that's the saving grace for Atomic here, as he easily catches up to the ball. Long-range shot yet again from Sosa. That is on target, and William Benson caught with their pants down.
This is brutal here. Hato trying to follow up Atomic, maybe looking for a pass, but Atomic was under pressure from Skills. Sosa just laying back, reading the play, waiting for whatever's going to happen, and then just pounces on it right down Main Street and in. Well done. Linked Up are on the comeback train.
Really are. 2 minutes remaining, and that's more than enough to score one goal.
Oh, yeah.
Sosa onto Skills, slightly overshot on the pass. Good attempt. Not quite accurate, not quite clean cut enough, though, to make a dent at this point. They're going to try again. They have plenty of time. Hato in the corner. First, they need to defend against this William Benson offense. And now Sosa doesn't get the ball past Atomic on his own half of the pitch. Both players from William Benson now retreated. 2 in front of the net. Ball goes up high, comes down straight onto Hato. He's going to wait, take his sweet time to get that past Sosa. Skills does a very good job at making sure that there are no options for any angle to pick there. Now Skills looking to turn that one around. Hato does the same thing that he just did to
doubled.
Atomic on the other side. They do get doubled. Hato gets a beautiful ball off of the corner.
Oh my God.
Atomic. The ball was a little too high, and he couldn't put that one away. The counter comes straight through for Linked Up. They tie the game up.
Skills was right there. I think he was pushing on Atomic a little bit, and that just pinches the ball to, down the middle a little way. Sosa had to correct it, though, so it was a good thing that Linked Up were where they were at the time, because that could have just gone wide. Beautifully done there by Sosa to send it in. Now Atomic looking to open up the scoring again.
Oh!
So much speed here. Hato realizing what was going on. Sosa had no idea. There was no way that he could have known that Hato was going to come screaming in like that. And now William Benson find themselves 1 goal up. 49 left. Linked Up have been actually linking up fairly well here recently. Now Sosa towards the net. It'll go high.
Off the backboard. Hato clearing off to the sidelines. Ball rolls down the side wall. Hato has all the time that he needs to take control of it. Burns all of his boots trying to elevate the ball. Gets a pinch off of the backboard ramp. All of that burned a solid 7 to 8 seconds. But now Linked Up over to Skills. That is a beautiful team play. A picture-perfect pass from Sosa.
Oh my God, Hato just trying to read the play here. Atomic got greedy on it, though. He needed to cycle back to the net instead of going for it. I think he realized that Hato was there a little bit too late, because he actually flipped away from the play, but it was just too much by that point, and Linked Up now have the 1 goal lead. William Benson could be defeated.
They could be. It's 10 seconds. They need a goal to stay in the series. Will they be able to do it? Comes off the side wall. Atomic pops the ball up. 5 seconds left. He's taking his time. He's making Skills fly all the way up, making it a 1v1. Hato versus Sosa. It's overtime.
And this is big. William Benson need this to stay alive.
Comes off of the ceiling. Sosa loses control of it. Comes off the sidewall. Rejedo takes control of the ball. Skills with no boost, following the ball all the way to the orange half. Sosa and Tommy killing the ball with their 50. Hato doesn't really get enough speed to catch Skills out. Had he put that on target, I'm pretty sure Skills would have been able to get back in time because he was completely out of boost there. Sosa gets it past one, gets it past two, and that's going to be it. That is going to be linked up, moving on to the grand final to meet Plot Twist, and what a play from Sosa.
And Atomic right there trying to cut off the play. That was a good thing to do, but Sosa had popped up right then and there. Hato, hard to read for him. It was coming from behind him. So he's trying to figure out what exactly he needed to do, trying to time that shot. And Sosa didn't boom it. He just kept control of that ball and got the winning goal to find themselves into the grand finals. Well done by Linked Up. It took them a little bit to kind of figure themselves out, but William Benson, I mean, they didn't fold or anything, but they just could not get much of anything on target compared to Linked Up.
Yeah. There were flashes of brilliance, but ultimately...
Oh, yeah.
They just weren't clean enough. They just weren't methodical enough. There was too much sloppiness, and granted, some of that was matched throughout the series by Linked Up, and gameplay kind of... We've touched on it. Kind of devolved into who makes more mistakes instead of who makes better play. But Linked Up ultimately caught themselves and were able to pull through a solid game, a solid match as well. And it was just not enough for William Benson to prevail. So ultimately, William Benson gets buried where presumably William Noel Benson, the 19th century Australian New Zealand geologist, might dig them back out if he somehow managed to travel into the future and look for the place where they have been buried by Linked Up. But Linked Up will climb onto that mound and use it to step onto the big stage of the grand final tonight. They'll be going up against Plot Twist. They will be the wedge in Plot Twist's slamming the door on all the other 2v2 teams by winning 3 gold medals in a row in the Astronauts 2v2 circuit. If anyone's going to stop that train, it has to be Linked Up at this point. Will they be able to do it? That is the question. We will find out in the grand final. $800 first prize is at stake, and a lot of honor, a lot of prestige for Plot Twist. We'll be right back.
We're cranking up the temperature. Brace yourselves. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get dangerous. Welcome back to the Astronauts Rocket League 2v2 tournament powered by Team Beyond and ASTRO Gaming. My name's Tapash. Joining me is Ninja Rider, and we have a
Heyo.
grand final on our hands. That could surprise some, that could mean a huge accomplishment for one of the participants, and that could mean a huge rain cloud that would rain on that other team's parade if they manage to pull through. And it would also be a first-time win in the Astronauts 2v2 circuit. So many firsts could be at stake here tonight. Plot twist versus linked up. What do you think, Ninja?
Oh, man. I mean, plot twists are looking as good as ever. Mektos and Taroko, absolute powerhouses. They just seem to keep getting better and better. All that practice that they do has obviously translated well here into the Astronauts tournaments. But I mean, Sosa and Skills have been looking pretty good. They've been able to change their tactics mid-game, which is something that we both look for in teams as they're going through tournaments. And we saw them do that last series. We saw them change tactics a few times, in fact. Some great solo plays, but Mektos and Taroko can also pull off some crazy solo plays. That said, Linked Up are going to have to clean up the team plays. They're going to have to commit to good plays. And that's going to be tough to do against Mektos and Taroko, but it is definitely needed because Plot Twist can react so fast, and I don't know, they're going to have to tie it all together to really bring it to them. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're a force to be reckoned with. So let's get this grand final underway. Fighting out of the blue corner, it is our reigning champions, reigning and defending, with a professional record of 4 wins out of the last 5 tournaments. Mektos and Taroko, it's Plot Twist, and fighting out of the orange corner, Linked Up. They have played in 2v2 tournaments before, but not in this constellation. They have lots to prove tonight. They are going up against one of the toughest enemies to beat, the record holders in the 2v2 astronaut circuit, and they may be about to set another record right here tonight. The fighters are in the cage, and it's going to be Linked Up who draw first blood.
This is a big one. Sosa going back for boost, and that leaves Skills closest to the ball. Taroko just didn't get the control. He thought he was going to be able to get off of the wall there. Mektos, no idea that suddenly a shot is coming at him. So they got to let that one go. It's still very early in the series. Another best of 7 on our plates.
Certainly is, and the question on everyone's minds right now is, will we go the distance? Because Plot Twist has already had an extremely difficult opponent in their first semifinal, and they were able to take them down in a 4-0 sweep. Now, granted, that probably wasn't a 4-0 sweep in any other universe, because, man, it could really have gone either way all the way through.
Oh my God, what a play.
But Linked Up are showing that they are here to play indeed, and now they've got the ball on the blue half yet again with lots of space to play with. Plot Twist rotating back, defending that for the time being. But this is looking to be a promising, close match. Taroko off the backboard, leaves it for Mektos, tries to thread the needle there, can't quite make it happen. Skills now trying to race past the midfield line with the ball. Mektos kills it in the air. Taroko doesn't try to go up for it, leaves it for Sosa, who gets a pass off onto Skills. Demolition onto Taroko means Mektos is all alone there, still manages to get a 50 out of it, and that was such an important 50 as well.
It really was, especially because he thought about going up the wall, but instead he jumps backwards, points the car straight up, and manages to get just enough of a touch to throw off the play, and the bumps are starting to come out.
30 in. Watch was looking for their first goal. Really looking for it quite hard, but Mektos goes up in a ball of flame. Sosa takes him out. Taroko trying to keep the foothold that Plot Twist had built up in the orange half. Taroko pushing it forward. Goes off the backboard. Sosa seamlessly picking up on that play. And they get yet another clear. And every attempt that Plot Twist is making right now to push the ball forward into the orange half is immediately served back by Linked Up, and very efficiently at that.
Oh, wait for it, though.
Mektos off the backboard. didn't really have enough juice to try and get the second tap by himself. Counted on Taroko to make it happen, but it was a little too far out for that. And yet again, Linked Up take the opportunity to clear far and wide. They do not waste their clearing
here we go.
Oh, long-range shot! Skills can't quite get there in time. And Plot Twist tie things up.
And it looks like Skills bumping Mektos. Mektos on the way back already, but just a great touch by Taroko to send it towards Mektos. Mektos just popping that one just past Skills. Enough speed to get there. Skills, I think he realized what was going to happen a little bit too late. He was facing the wrong way to really be effective at that particular style of touch. Now Mektos off of the crossbar, tries to play off of it, and Sosa able to clear it.
Sosa able to clear it straight onto Skills yet again, who is starting another attack on the blue half of the pitch. Now Taroko versus Sosa, gets it past him. Skills follows up, takes control of the ball as it rolls up the ramp. Still has a flip, uses it to get the ball to the sidelines. Taroko breaks through, follows the ball up. Skills trying to make sure that pass gets interfered with, and that pass was interfered with. Wasn't quite as clean as it could have been. Mektos trying to get a pinch off of the ground there. Ultimately, to no avail. It is still a tied game, one goal apiece. Any goal could be a winner at this point in such a low-scoring game. Mektos misses the backboard clear. Skills comes for the second touch. Doesn't actually put it on target. And Linked Up could have done a lot more with that seats that they had just built up, and especially with the mistake. They gets it past Taroko, and that's going to be it. Skills is not going to miss an empty net from 5 inches away.
Yeah, Linked Up right here, just trying to draw out Plot Twist. They're playing patiently. They had a couple of chances to take some shots there, but they would have been easily cleared out. You can see that they're thinking. Linked Up are trying to force a mistake by Plot Twist, and it happened to work out there. I would not bet on it happening again unless Skills goes ham on the solo play.
Yep, certainly does. Solid kickoff. Gets killed on the middle line. Mektos went to get boost instead of being a trailer, and in such a situation when the ball gets killed, the team that brings a second will score. Unless the second player from the other team stays in the box, which we have seen before.
Oh yeah, and then it just turns into something awkward, and we all kind of look at everyone like, what are you gonna do? you gonna do? Are you gonna go for it?
This goes along cross field aerial. Ultimately ends in the opposing halves corner. Doesn't really do anything with the ball. Skills just sends one on target because why not? Saw an opening, went for it. Taroko does get a save, but every attack that they're launching right now forces Plot Twist to stay on the defense, forces them to not be on offense, and costs them valuable time. And 2 goals already in the lead. Plot Twist
here we go.
have a lot to work for here. Mektos, what's happened again? Mektos off to the other corner. I'm so sorry.
My co-commentator needs a mint.
30 seconds remaining. Taroko versus Skills. Drives the ball straight into him. Skills only really had to pre-jump there. It's Mektos.
Ooh, slow play.
The ball with Sosa. Slow play indeed, because it's Plot Twist who need the time. Linked have all the time in the world. Taroko looking to cut that angle there, but Skills will shut it close. And Linked Up are playing a solid defense here right now.
They're playing solid defense, yes. They're definitely keeping that ball in the corner, trying to keep it away from the open net, or just from the gaping hole that is their net. They're kind of playing a flowy defense. They're just going with it. They're not forcing certain rules upon themselves, and it's working for them. Plot Twist had a decent amount of shots. They had 8 shots, but they're actually dead even. But a little bit of accuracy issues and great defense kept that ball out of the net for Plot Twist. So Linked Up, they were changing pace kind of in the middle of the game, and when they had that lead, they started to just try to take control of the ball and not allow Plot Twist to get anything onto the other side. Of course, once they took the lead. Now, if they can carry that sort of momentum over into this game, I think it would go really well for them. But Plot Twist are known to just suddenly get this speed burst and just take over a game. They might be able to do it here.
Very true to their name. Let's see if they can start this speed boost in game 2. certainly the heavy possession-based play from Linked Up, along with their extremely efficient and deadly clears and heavy counter-pressing, has certainly thrown off Plot Twist.
It's definitely making Plot Twist think. And Plot Twist are usually a much more flowy team. They run their own game and they run their own pace. And this time they're not allowed to, as Taroko pops this one up. I think that really needed to be a shot, though.
Yeah, Mektos actually went for the bump or demo onto Sosa. Wanted to clear up the defensive line for Taroko. Ultimately, nothing really came out of that play. Now Mektos looking to switch the play around. It's going to have to beat Skills here. Gets the ball off of the backboard. Both Sosa and Taroko missing the ball. And now it's Skills versus Mektos on the other half of the field. Mektos manages to get the block. Sends the ball over to Orange.
Everybody jokes about tactical whiffs. Sosa had a tactical whiff right there. Because it did force Taroko to actually miss it. And that was a straight whiff. Now Skills might have a chance here.
30 and scoreless game so far. Taroko gets one touch, gets the second, trying to bump Skills out of the air. Mektos making sure that Sosa can't run away with his ball, but he has no boost anyway, so probably could have beat him even if he had gotten the run.
Oh, here we go.
Shot on target. Skills off into the corner, and Mektos is waiting. Infield pass way too far. Crosses into the other corner. Taroko actually making his way back, leaving Mektos in the fray up front to try and buy some time until he can return and get some boost. But just like that, that's the deadly counterplay that I've been talking about. Linked Up, they see their opportunities. They immediately push. They immediately try to stretch their advantage until something has to give.
I mean, we're starting to see some mechanical play, though, from Plot Twist, and I think that's a great idea. Try to confuse Linked Up a little bit, but it's not converting onto the offense at all. Plot Twist, they've had a couple of shots, 3 shots here. That said, you know what? It should be said, everything that Plot Twist has done, they've not allowed Linked Up to get any shots anywhere near their net. So that's something to definitely be proud of. The problem is that Plot Twist have not been able to really put anything away. At least for Plot Twist. So kudos to Linked Up for that, because they have been a stonewall.
Oh, yeah, they really have. The stats don't really reflect that. Oh, out of nowhere. Sosa gets a shot off to the far post.
That was fire.
Just barely barrels off of the woodwork there, and the demolition onto Taroko, who was on the goal line. Skills opens up the doors for Sosa.
Right here, Mektos actually bumped up Skills, and Skills realizing that Taroko was right there. Mektos, I think he just realized what he did and just could not get there in time. He's on the wrong side of the ball. No way to clear that one out. 2 shots on the board, 1 shot in for Linked Up.
That is deadly efficiency. And Plot Twist have to get on the board soon. They don't want to go down by 2 in this series. Especially not against what many consider the underdog coming into the series, just because of how dominant Plot Twist have been in the circuit so far. This could be their second loss in quite a while, in half a year, actually. Sosa up front, Skills waiting in the midfield for him to draw out the defenders. Plot Twist doing a good job of playing it off into the corner. No way to actually get there in time, but they lose control. And that ball gets passed into the midfield. Sosa puts it away. 2 goals now.
Taroko just could not track where Skills was at. Skills, well done to use the corner walls to his advantage. Get that one towards the net. Sosa able to drain it. Plot Twist all confused on that defensive play. When's the last time I've ever said that?
And in that situation, it was the right call to play the ball into the corner, but you just have to make sure that you don't immediately lose possession after you do that. And that is just what happened for Plot Twist. Now it's the final minute on the board, and Plot Twist are looking dazed.
Yeah, and a little confused, actually, as Taroko puts this one.
Play from Taroko, okay.
All right.
Sosa didn't even make an attempt at getting to that.
Yeah, Sosa realizing, he went for boost.
Skills.
And then Skills just, just dead in the water at that point. You might as well just let it go. I mean, there was a chance, too, that the ball could have gone high because it was looking a little high. I didn't think that was going to go in until it hit the crossbar.
So it is a 1-goal game. Mektos wants to get that goal as soon as possible. Got the flip reset. It was slightly wide. That would have been an amazing goal, but the counter. Yet again, it's mortal for plot twist.
Sosa gets the flip on the ball, just sends it straight, sending it. Taroko could not catch up to that ball. He needed to be up in the air much faster than that, but he was just not quite positioned where he needed to be for that particular shot. Probably any other shot he would have been fine. But a 2-goal lead here for Linked Up, and this is big. Plot twist could be going down 2 games.
Haven't seen that in quite a while, actually.
Yeah. The last time out, I believe they shut out in the grand finals.
Oh, that's a big
no.
miss on the defense,
Oh, boy.
allowing Mektos to get to within 10 seconds left on the clock.
Don't worry, it's just Sosa making it interesting here. Totally wasn't a mess up. And you can see Sosa, I mean, he realized a little late that he needed to go for that, and handbrake turn, it was not going to happen. I think it would have been a better idea to just rotate back around to net. Here comes Mektos, though.
Oh, Mektos. 8 seconds remaining. Catch it pass skills off of the crossbar.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Behind. Sosa misflips, and that's going to be the tie-up goal. 1 second left on the clock.
Taroko coming from midfield, not even sneaking up on it, waits for the bounce, doesn't even care about the clock. Sosa above the ball at that point and right in 1 second on the clock. Here we go. Sosa has a chance.
Here we go, Sosa. He might have a shot here. Oh my God! You have got to be kidding me. He makes good on his mistake. He scores it off of the kickoff, right up and down and into the net. No chance to save it. And Linked Up, they extend their lead in the series to 2.
Sosa, did you play in the U.S. Open? Because that was the best up and down I've ever seen. Oh my God. You can't write this. DM Rawlings could never write this stuff. There was no way. Like, okay, so Linked Up have now gone up 2 games in the finals here. This is a best of 7. Plot twist, I don't think they've been in this situation in quite a long time. Probably since at least the beginning of the year. Mektos and Taroko, I mean, they're playing great Rocket League. It's just that Linked Up can pull this energy or whatever they're pulling from out of nowhere and can put together the play that they need to put together immediately, and they're doing it with confidence. It's almost like they just don't care. They don't care what happens. They're just going for it, and I love it.
I never thought that these guys have been around the block. They're RLC. They are so experienced in so many ways. I never thought that they might be a team to crumble under pressure. And I'm not quite sure what is happening here. But the fact of the matter is that the completely dominating team in the Astronauts 2v2 circuit is down by 2. And yes, it was close in game 2. But ultimately, I don't think we've ever seen them drop 2 games without having at least won 1 previously. Linked Up have got to be confident. They have such a huge wave of momentum that they can ride right now. It's 2-0 for Linked Up. Off the backboard, Skills tries to go for the double tap here. Taroko and Mektos positioning themselves to try and shut all the available angles close. Well, clear comes out, and Plot Twist pushing forward yet again.
But Linked Up have been playing this wide rotation pretty much the whole series. They're communicating well. There's an open net here. Yeah, that wide rotation kind of bit them there. But Sosa, you know, he had Taroko coming up on the ball right there, and it was actually a good idea to back off the play. Believe it or not, they're playing ultra conservative but super fast at the same time. It's a great blend of strategy that's working out well for them, and Skills will take advantage of a great transition play and right in the net.
Yep, 1 demo, and then the second one comes straight in, but that meant that Taroko was out of the play, and Mektos had just come back from the corner.
Yeah.
Had to try and make the diving save, couldn't make it happen, and Linked Up They take the lead. They score the first goal in Game 3. They could be on their way to 4 match points in a row.
It could be. And I can hear the plot twist fans screaming right now. They can't believe this is happening. As Mektos, a great save, beautiful positioning.
Crazy shot from Sosa, too. And beautiful setup by Skills. That would have been a beauty of a goal. Not with plot twist. They need to get on the board soon, though. 2 minutes have passed. And Linked Up are continuing to ride that wave of momentum. They are continuing to put Plot Twist under copious amounts of pressure. And Plot Twists have kind of been swimming these past 2 games. That's a solid touch by Mektos.
Wait a minute.
Now he only has Sosa left in front of him.
Oh man.
Out of boost. Taroko did not
That's
have
in.
enough boost. Oh my goodness. That was a bit of a messy defense there. I think they could have cleared that away, but ultimately,
Well, okay.
that angle from Mektos, I mean,
Yeah.
my goodness.
And then both Sosa and Skills panicked. Skills was behind the ball, but Sosa panicking, just trying to get that thing away from his net. Good Lord.
Yeah.
And, I mean, let's face it, they did help a little bit. But that could be what Plot Twist needs right there. Just a little bit of momentum, get some crazy angle shot, and it manages to go in. Rocket League is a game of momentum. Let's face it, when it comes to the mentality. As Mektos comes off the wall, this could be absolutely nuts, but it's not.
Yep. Solidly played by Sosa.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
He has shown solid work on defense all game long. There were a couple of lapses, but he usually made good on them by scoring them right back. Just like in the last game, where the tie-up goal was arguably, well, not his fault, but he could have saved it. But ultimately was able to score a 1-second buzzer beater goal. And man, Plot Twists are really throwing everything at that orange goal right now, but they are not finding any kind of opening. Linked Up. 6 saves to their name so far, 5 of them on Skills. They're a defensive powerhouse right now, and that's a long-range clear. It is in unless Mektos clears it off to the corner, which is exactly what happens. And now Mektos looking for the pass onto Taroko, and quick interception from Linked Up. They saw that Plot Twist were forced to retreat, forced to run after a ball, and that is the moment when they go for the neck. Minute and 5 seconds left on the clock. We're tied at 1.
Ooh.
Taroko shot on target. Sosa with a save. That's save number 7 on the side of Linked Up.
Uh-oh.
Mektos going for the ceiling shot here. Good attempt, but Sosa came out at just the right moment. Gets the ball on the midfield line. Taroko goes up for it. Actually beats Skills to the ball, and that's going to be the goal. 40 seconds left. 2-1.
Taroko playing patient right here. Just kind of letting Mektos do his thing. Taking on Sosa. Skills was a little bit too far forward on the play, and nobody in the net either. And you can see, I have a feeling, Plot Twists were trying to pressure the ball as fast as they can, and so that's what you got to do. Just be right there and ready and waiting as Mektos off the kickoff. Skills rotates around, but luckily for Skills, it was off.
Yep.
Now 30 seconds.
Now Skills is going to try to go for a dribble here. Breaks off the dribble to go for a bum. Sosa coming in from behind. But Mektos, what a beautiful scoop off of that backboard to get a solid clear, and that'll buy them lots of time. Skills forced to try and carry this ball out of his own half. Taroko low on boost. Sosa and Skills starting one last attack, trying to fake out Mektos, but he gets to the ball. Taroko comes off of the backboard, pushes it all the way back to the orange half. Pass attempted onto Skills. It's blocked by Mektos on the midfield line, and this is going to be it because Taroko will slam that ball onto the ground as hard as he possibly can. And Plot Twist, they stay away from all those match points, but they still have a game to catch up to.
I mean, they did it the hard way, though. They were down for a long time in that game and then tied for a long time in the game. And it seems like Plot Twist have decided that they were going to try to bring out Linked Up, much like Linked Up did to them. Bring them out away from their net and then get that long clears. Try to snipe a ball into the net. I like the idea, but it seemed like both teams were doing that. So we saw a lot of midfield skirmishes that game and a lot of skillful plays. No real team play is kind of happening though. Granted, passes were being cut off, and it was very much a chess match that time out. Plot Twist are going to win those. Linked Up need to go back to what they did in game one. Just play as fast as they can. Just go ham. Stop caring so much. I know that sounds really weird, but when you're able to just let your mind go and play instinctively, a lot of times it'll work. And Linked Up have been doing that this series, and it's been working out for them.
Game 4. What was it a chance to tie things up, to get things to what is effectively a best of 3. And Linked Up with the chance to amp up the pressure to the max by forcing 3 match points in a row, but that is a beautiful setup from Taroko onto Mektos. Drew the defenders out into the corner, with the only defender who was left in that half.
Yes, Sosa had the right idea. He was trying to just slow the ball down, but instead of slowing it down, should have just went ahead and taken control. He could have, arced that up and around the net. There was a little bit of coverage there, but there was a chance there to put some serious speed on it, and it just didn't quite do it that time. And I think Sosa might be just a touch nervous. You're gonna have to shake out the nerves though, as Skills gets under the ball. Taroko right there. Ooh. Sosa to shut it down and gets absolutely marsed.
It was a solid defensive effort by Plot Twist, though. That was a dangerous shot. He managed to stave it off for the time being and retain ball control. Mektos losing it now in the midfield. Onto Sosa. Tries to convert that straight into a shot on target. But Mektos gets in between the ball before he can go for a double tap, before Sosa can go for a double tap. Now it's sent back to the orange half. It's in the corner right now. Skills trying to get it out there without any casualties. Sosa picks up on it seamlessly. We're starting to see some of that quality that we saw from Linked Up previously, where every single one of their clears is deadly. Autos have managed to keep them at bay as far as that is concerned. But it has shown to be effective before, and it will show to be effective again!
Oh.
Valiant effort by Sosa. But ultimately, ball crosses line, and Mektos makes it 2.
Yeah, and Skills really needed to control the ball there. He just didn't get the touch he was looking for, it seems like. Sosa on the race back, he went for that demo, and that slowed him down quite a bit. I think the demo wasn't necessarily a good idea in that sense. And Mektos, let's make it 3-goal lead. All right.
What about that speed boost that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
For Plot Twist.
Indeed.
I think we might have reached the point.
Is it the point
where all bets are off? Plot Twist up by 3. That's the highest lead we've seen in this game so far, in this series so far. And now Taroko looking for the crossfielder. Mektos, far post. Skills has got it covered.
Oh, man.
And solid clear as well.
Whoa.
Gets a solid pinch off on target as well, but Mektos gets the save here. Skills making sure that Taroko won't get an easy shot off of that, but Mektos right in front of the net, and Taroko plays the ball so that he basically doesn't have to do any more work. It's 4-0.
Taroko, that touch right there is absolutely beautiful. Using the transition to actually kill the downward momentum of the ball and send it forward. Beautifully done. He made it look so easy and so smooth. Sometimes you don't have to be going super fast to play super fast, and that is a great example of that. So might have a chance here, but Mektos gets here in time.
Skills doesn't get the pinch off the side wall. Long-range shot from Mektos. Sosa gets there in time, clears that off to the side wall. Taroko. Oh, Sosa with a miss there. Allows Taroko to go for a shot off of the crossbar.
What?
And here comes Taroko and redirects the ball straight into the net for 5-0.
Taroko off the crossbar. That draws out Skills, and with Mektos actually pointed his car that way. He was planning on getting that 50 out that side. That's brilliant maneuvering.
So after 3 games where Plot Twist arguably struggled against Linked Up, here comes a complete blowout with Plot Twist pulling crazy play after crazy play. Everything just works for them, and Linked Up look like a changed team, but it's not because they are playing any worse. It's just because Plot Twist have just hit that energy mode that you were talking about. Hit that huge boost of confidence, huge wave of momentum now building up for them. 5-0. And Linked Up have only got one shot on target in the entire game so far, while Plot Twist has 11. Crazy, crazy turnaround from Plot Twist. Skills to put that into the left-hand corner on the blue pitch. Taroko will take over, try to get it past Sosa. Cuts it to the right.
Oh,
Fakes the one. Will he get it past the final one? No. Gets the block and comes off the backboard. Long range clear from Sosa. Mektos goes up for it. Prevents the ball from touching the backboard. Taroko. Overhead aerial as well to carry that ball out of the danger zone, and Sosa cannot center the ball in time. That'll fly off into the corner. It's a little bit of pressure from Linked Up, and we haven't seen much of that. Oh, good attempt from Skills trying to stuff it past Taroko, but he might now have an open net to score on, and if he doesn't, then Mektos will. 6-0.
and you have to commit it that play right there. Sosa had to go for it. There's not a lot of time. You're down by 5. You have to. Skills trying to recover in time. It's just the way that the ball worked out. He was under extreme pressure to try to get back and try to save that ball. There was just no way he was going to be able to do that one. Linked Up are getting outclassed this game 5. I'm sorry, game 4.
Taroko, another shot on target, and there it is. 7. It's a complete blowout. It is carnage. It's a slaughter.
This is just brutal. Dead center of the net. You can't get much better than that. The long clear. It's everything that Plot Twist wanted since game 2.
Every shot on target turns into a goal here. Well, almost every. Or a forced save. And Plot Twist are scary, scary, scary efficient. This is the Plot Twist that has won the past 4 out of 5 2v2 tournaments that are the undisputed reigning champions of 2019.
And now Linked Up are all out of sorts. They're starting to double commit on balls. They're panicking a little bit. And I don't think anybody blames them, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think Taroko will give it to him.
Good cut.
No, I
Nope.
guess not. They're
They
going
are gonna
full
shut
savage.
out. They are going to shut out Linked Up here. This is a statement. You take 2 games off of us, we are going to blow you off the pitch. 7-0. We are going to fire 14 shots at your net while only allowing 3 on ours. We're going to force you to do 5 saves and still score 7. This is just complete and utter domination from Plot Twist in game 4.
Well, I mean, Linked Up have their work cut out for them now.
Yeah.
You know, it does kind of seem like they were hesitating quite a bit, and I don't know why. They played so loose before, and it worked out well for them. Maybe Plot Twist have just kind of figured that out, that they don't have to try to block passes. They're not playing a team play kind of team. They're playing a team that likes to go for solo plays, that likes to, attempt to pull players out of the net. And so they're just remaining patient and going speedy boy when they have to.
Well, if you are Linked Up right now, you need to clear that previous game out of your mind. You need to think, well, we won 2 games in this series already. We know we can do it. We just need to do what we did and change it up a little bit. We can't get too predictable because Plot Twist have shown time and time again they can adapt, they can adjust. If you're a one-trick pony, then you are going to win a couple of games, but they will turn around and crush you once they learn your shtick. So now it is up to Linked Up to realize that they have what it takes to beat Plot Twist, but that they need to change things up a little bit and they need to calm down. You've mentioned it towards the latter parts of that last game.
Yeah.
They were looking defeated, and they were defeated.
Oh, here we go.
But ultimately, there it is. That's the kind of commitment we need from Linked Up.
It's the double commit here. Taroko on a miss. That was actually a crucial miss. Mektos didn't get a great touch either. And then Skills wraps around and bumps into Taroko to make just for good measure. Linked Up trying to play a little bit of mind games. Just a touch. Trying to change things up in that mission as Sosa comes up for it. Bounces off to Rocco. It'll be skills for the shot. Oh my God. Mektos comes screaming in and gets the save.
Beautiful save. Mektos on no boost whatsoever, trying to get that past Sosa. He had no chance to change that ball's trajectory, and now Skills looking for the counter. Chiroko getting the save. Off into the corner where Mektos is waiting, but he is still only running on pads. On pads and flips. Actually manages to force Linked Up, push them back into their own half. Now tags out for Chiroko, who plays the ball into the corner. Sosa looking for a long-range clear. We need to see more of those efficient clears that Linked Up have shown that they can do. As you give Plot Twist a finger and they will rip out your entire arm. Skills versus Chiroko. Chiroko comes out early, blocks the shot dead in its tracks. Sosa keeps the ball on the blue half.
So violent, Pash.
Skills now wrapping around, tagging out for Sosa. Looking to find an opening on the angle. But yet again, early interference coming out of Plot Twist. But Linked Up are not letting Plot Twist walk over them this time around.
No, they're not. They're standing their ground nicely.
Oh, that's such a great touch by Mektos to put that straight back into the danger zone, but it was well handled by Linked Up.
Keep waiting for a Kenny Loggins song to bust out of nowhere. All this radical summer stuff going on in Rocket League. But yeah, I mean, we're coming up here on halftime. We're seeing a lot of pressure come from Plot Twist, but not really much coming for it. I mean, they do have 5 shots on, but Linked Up have decided that they're going to play the defense game. And they're really good at it, so you might as well go for it. Good demo here. But this pushing into the corner, it's also not going to work either. If they want to extend this lead, they're going to have to get a little bit more brave and force Plot Twist into an uncomfortable situation like they did in game 1 and 2.
Speed of the game has been upped considerably by both teams here. Demolitions are starting to come out once more.
Uh-oh, that's a big miss.
It is indeed. And that's an open net, and there's no way Skills will get there in time. It's a tie goal.
So Sosa was actually messed up in the other side of the pitch, all the way deep in the net. There was just no way. He had absolutely no momentum. Couldn't get going. And Skills decided to just kind of go for that. Throws himself at the ball without much abandon or hope. And yeah, now they're tied up. And they just got to keep doing what they've been doing. They kind of turtled up a little bit, but they do need to take the shots.
One team can move on to take match point opportunity here.
Oh, big demo.
Demo onto Skills. Mekto's going to have to find the angle. He does, but took a few milliseconds too long. Follow-up attempt from Chiroko, but Skills has respawned and will save that one. 2-man attempt.
Oh, he got
the bump onto Sosa.
Oh my God.
It's the bump and dump from Mektos.
He got Chiroko'd.
He sure did.
Mektos taking notes from his teammate. Oh, brutality. Absolute brutality. Oh, jeez.
Well, they are teammates for a reason. They are teammates for a reason. Dirty move. But that's just what you need when $800 are on the line of the grand prize. And not only that, but the 3rd straight gold medal. The undisputed domination of the North American 2v2 scene. Plot Twister one step closer. Another goal. 3-1.
At what point do we name them Universal Champion?
Well, after this tournament, if they manage to win it, they'll have made a pretty solid case for themselves. I'll say that much. Skills off the side wall.
Oh.
Waits for the flip. Actually gets it off with a crossbar. What a play that would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, Chiroko and Mektos are so good. They're such great ones players. They're great. That's got to make you nervous going for something like that. But I mean, you have to throw everything you can at them. I mean, Plot Twist have that 2-goal lead. It's less than a minute. You got to do everything that you can think of, even if it's just to change things up a little bit and force Plot Twist to rethink what they're doing.
37 seconds remaining. Mektos another push forward. Skills onto Sosa. Gets it back into the midfield. Skills. And we've seen this work so many times before where Skills gets the ball off onto Sosa. Sosa plays it into the midfield. And at that point, Skills had already launched himself into the midfield. That's a solid passing play.
My God.
Beautiful stuff from Linked Up. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Sosa, I mean, teed it up for Skills, and with a chair, just lasers that thing towards the corner. Good Lord.
15 seconds. They've proven that they can do it. Hold up under pressure. Can they take it to overtime? First have to take the ball.
Here we go.
They do. Sosa, demolition. Oh, he puts it high off of the crossbar where Taroko was waiting. Everything was set up so perfectly. The ball just needed to be a couple of inches lower than it actually ended up being. Linked Up with a valiant effort, but ultimately plot twist will mirror the result of this game in the series as a whole. It's a 3-2 series for plot twist now, and they are on match point, 1 game away from breaking every record that has ever existed in the Astronauts 2v2 circuit.
And the greatest part is we know that. Now all the viewers know that. Plot twist, or they don't know that. They don't, I don't think they pay attention to the leaderboard. They're just here to win, and that's all they focus on. They do what they have to do to win, and they have the skills to back it up. They have the tenacity to bring it to whatever team wants to challenge them for it. And honestly, they can bring some beautiful Rocket League to the screen near you. Let's face it.
Oh, Mictos.
Oh, Sosa.
Target. Good save from Sosa. Taroko flips on the spot. Taroko, yet again off the backboard. Skills. Play it off into the other corner. Gets a second touch and a third touch as well. Such an efficient clearance from Skills, and Skills alone. And then the shot on target from Sosa forces a crazy save out of Taroko. And Sosa was flirting with the idea of bumping Mectos. But ultimately, it was the right idea to retreat, as this means his team can now retain ball control. Good block on the midfield by a plot twist, but Skills will just open up yet another play with a long-range clear. Good pass on to Mectos, immediately converts that into a long-range clear. Sosa clears it out to the midfield. Taroko is waiting as a sweeper. 50 is won by Linked Up. And plot twist forced back into their own half with Skills waiting in the midfield line to keep the attack alive for Linked Up. And Sosa still waiting patiently for an opening here. Just makes one for himself. Crossbar and in.
Mectos right here had the right idea, grabs a little bit of boost to be ready for it, and then goes for it. Actually ends up not even being anywhere close. I thought there was a bump there that happened, but there wasn't at all. Taroko just caught in no man's land. There was no way he was going to be able to try to block that one out. And now Linked Up have that 1-goal lead.
We see a game 7 here. Good interception by Skills. Mectos will try for the angle, but Skills actually recovering, pulling in 180 and getting the save somehow in the corner. Great sequence from him. Pass attempted onto Skills. Mectos intercepting that one.
Why are they passing at that point? You got 2 defenders right in front of the play. Mectos on the shot, and Sosa gets the block, but it may not be enough. It's Taroko versus Skills.
Oh, high flick off the crossbar. Mectos comes down, gets the rebound. They tie the game up at Snake Eyes.
And Sosa right here actually wraps up behind Skills, and I think it's a good idea, but he jumped. That's the problem. He jumped. He didn't stay on the ground. He didn't have the control to wrap himself back around and get that save. He was right there. He was within a car length. Oh, man, he could probably taste it. He was so close.
Still have 3 minutes left on the clock. Everything can still happen.
Oh, my God.
Just like Taroko scoring this crazy angle goal.
Look at this. Taroko right here. Grabs a little bit of boost. Both Skills and Sosa on the same side of the arena. No, boys.
Pinpoint accurate.
That too.
You couldn't have fit a sheet of paper between the ball and the wall there.
And not only that, but you couldn't fit a sheet of paper between the players either. But if they weren't on the same side of the arena like that, that would have been saved out and we wouldn't even be talking about it.
Skills looking to find footing in the corner here. Gets a pass off onto Sosa, but that is immediately intercepted and blocked. by a plot twist that seems to have woken up, that seems to have realized we are here to win. And once they realized that, they just started doing exactly that. Went down by 2, and that is it. They've won the last 3 in a row. Shot on target by Skills goes wide. Mekto's in the corner and is going to wait. Sosa on the prowl here.
So
Just
tense.
waiting for an opening. Both these teams slowing down right now, and you've mentioned it. Things are getting tense.
It's so tense, and then we're in the deathly quiet, comparatively, of Urban Central, the classic map, the SARP favorite. History being made at a historical map. Oh, good lord! Can you feel it, chat? Can you feel it?
Ball's on the side ramp right now. Mekto speeding Skills to it, and he's past everyone, but he can't quite get the ball into a good position. He was out of boost. It was so difficult to pull off. As once that ball had enough speed, there was no way he was going to match that, but Taroko wins the 50 on the side wall, and that net was still empty.
Okay, Sosa went for it. Okay, look, they've been playing fairly conservative this whole match, and I get they need to open it up because they are down by 2 goals and starting to run out of time, or down by a goal and running out of time. But at that point, I really don't think it was a good idea to be going for that ball. So they paid for it. Oh my god.
Okay, well, I guess Plot Twist has just decided they're going to win this now.
I think Plot Twist has had enough of the shenanigans and the buffoonery.
And Linked Up starting to look like they did in that
Unlinked?
game that really turned the tide, that really made all the momentum switch over to the side of Plot Twist here, but they're not quite done. They're not quite done. Skills coming in from the side. It's a closed range goal. Gets it past the defender. Sosa doing a lot of work at keeping Taroko occupied there. Bumps Taroko into Mektos.
Yep.
And opens up the path for Skills.
Mektos just a dead stop on that play. He had nowhere to go and nothing he could do at that point. And now Linked Up have a sign of life. Sosa around Mektos. Taroko right there. And he can't do anything
Oh my
with it.
goodness.
Oh my god.
Off the kickoff, it was Sosa. What a beautiful fake right there. You could see the in Mektos' eyes right there, or in Mektos' wheels rather.
Stutter step galore.
And just like that, you scored 2 goals in less than 5 seconds of actual play time.
Can't get too aggressive
And
though.
just like that, it's a 1-minute game and only 1 goal. And Linked Up need to stay alive in this series. Take it to overtime at least. Time's running short. Demo onto Skills. Another demo onto
double
Sosa.
demo?
That's an open net. And yup, with no
Wow.
defenders on the pitch, obviously you're going to score. 2-goal lead now.
Mektos got that demo, the first demo. I think it was a little, I would call that a little bit lucky for him at least, because Skills turned down, and then realizing that Sosa was right there in his sights, goes ham on Linked Up, and we're back to a 2-goal lead. Plot Twist looking to make history once again.
There's only 30 seconds separating them from history, and we see another double demo as Taroko is out for blood, and Mektos will make it perfect. A 3-goal lead as yet again car parts are flying across the pitch.
Pog champs in the chat.
Unbelievable.
In 2 years now of, well, almost 3 years of competitive Rocket League shoutcasting, I've never seen 2 double demos in a 2s match. In a
And
competitive
Mektos
format.
gets it off the crossbar. 10 seconds. It's only 10 seconds that are separating Plot Twist from the greatest accomplishment any 2v2 team has ever managed to pull off in the astronaut circuit. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3 times in a row champions, even with this buzzer beater from Linked Up. They are Plot Twist, and yet again they show that they are, without a doubt, one of the best, if not the best, 2v2 teams in North America, maybe the world.
3 times in a row, 5-time champion just this year.
When we're in June, they've won 5 out of the 6 tournaments that
Yeah.
happened in this year.
Right. This is unprecedented. The only thing that we can compare this to is First Killer's run in his ones career.
Yes.
That's it. But even
First Killer
then,
pulled off. Yes. That's
like-
true.
yeah, we can't even speak.
First Killer pulled off 3 wins in a row, and I think he is also sitting at like most of the tournaments that he actually took part in. He won. I think more than he has been part of every 1v1 tournament that we've ever run, and he won more than half of them.
At least.
So
yes.
that is comparable right there. But Mektos and Taroko, I guess you can call them the First Killer of 2v2s because man, these guys are looking unbeatable.
Oh my God.
Or they are looking beatable until they just don't. Until at some point they decide, okay, we're done. It's time to finish this. And from that point onward, they are unbeatable.
It's almost like, okay, they know that they're beatable at that particular moment or in that particular game or whatever. They know that they're beatable. They put up a fight. They keep themselves. It's almost like they keep themselves warm or fresh. And then the absolute moment they know they can strike, they strike and they strike fast. And they strike multiple times. They will put up 2 or 3 goals before the other team even knows what's going on. Before they can even think. It's brutal.
It really is. Huge props. What an accomplishment for Plot Twist. Unbelievable stuff.
And a note of growth.
Oh,
Taroko
yes.
and Mektos, both of them had 1 win each in 2018 in the 1v1s.
And look
Now
at
they
them
have
now.
5 2v2s.
Yeah.
And
Look
let's not
at
discount
them now.
Mektos' 2 1v1 championships as well.
Yep.
Oh,
It does put Mektos squarely at the top of the astronauts leaderboard here. Man, oh man. What a tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We have had a couple of amazing matches tonight. Before we go, there are a couple of things that you need to be aware of. First, the Beyond June giveaway is underway right now, and you're not going to want to miss this because on top of our usual prizes, compared to that, you can almost call them boring prizes. We have an amazing addition. They're not boring. They're all amazing. But we have an amazing addition that I think everyone will be interested in. Click the Twitter link below the stream. Check out the pin tweet on the Team Beyond Net Twitter account to sign up for our June Beyond giveaway. If you are the lucky winner, you will receive an Astro C40TR controller, an Astro A40TR X Edition headset, a Logitech G703 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse, a Logitech Pro mechanical gaming keyboard, a Logitech PowerPlay wireless charging system, and on top of that, you get an EVGA GTX GeForce 2060 RTX. And it's all yours. All of those prizes, all of them, go to one person. So if you want amazing gaming gear from Logitech and Astro, and also a GeForce RTX 2060, then do sign up for the Beyond June giveaway. As I said, click the link below the stream that says Twitter. You will head over to our Twitter page, Team Beyond Net, and you will click the pinned tweet to try your luck. Also, next week on June 24th, it is our grand $2,000 Rocket League 3v3 tournament. Fresh after RLCS, we are jumping straight back into the action to find out who will take home a lot of money, let's be frank. It's nothing compared to the RLCS, but it's pretty much the next best thing out there. So high levels of competition. All of those tournaments are completely free to sign up for. You can click the tournaments button below the stream, head on over to our website, sign up for the tournament. I mean, odds are slim that unless you are a pro player or have been on a rival series team, that you're going to make it too far. But the experience you can gain against playing against these highly experienced, highly elite players is just completely invaluable.
And the fantastic replays you'll get, you'll be able to analyze them later on. Plus, I mean, you never know. You might make it into the semis and you might get on stream. The only way to know is to try. And it's always a blast just to see how far you can get.
Yep, it certainly is. So, Beyond June giveaway, RTX 2060 is up for grabs along with all of our usual Beyond and Astronauts swag. And apart from that, thank you very, very much for watching, for joining us tonight. It has been an amazing tournament as always. My name's The Patch. Joining me has been Ninja Rider. Any closing thoughts, my friend?
Okay. If you guys don't tune in for the 3v3, it's even more hype than that.
Yeah.
What you just saw is fantastic stuff. We'll see you next week.
We will definitely see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who has played in this tournament. Thank you to the people in the back who make this run as smoothly as humanly possible. And until next week, we will see you on the pitch.